Hey, Kansas City, it's Dusty Likens, and in case you didn't know, 96.5 The Fan across all our social media channels. That's right. If you want to see our smiling faces as we talk about the best sports fans and teams in the country, subscribe to our YouTube channel or watch on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Wake up with us, eat lunch with us, and go home with us. Your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to the all-new
96.5
96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Friday. You made it.
We finally made it.
I know that I'm hard. Yes, sir. Yes,
Week
sir.
went fast, though. Not gonna lie, week
Was that
flew
fast?
by.
I thought that was fast. You ever seen the movie Maverick? Mac?
Maverick was the Top Gun like spinoff years ago, wasn't it, or something like
And
that?
Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster, Clint Black. It's like
Really?
a
Clint Black.
Yes, sir.
I missed this.
He gets thrown off the boat because he has an ace of spades up his sleeve. I don't know why I know this so well. Yeah, it was a remake of an old western. Mel Gibson's the lead. It's like a comedic gambling riverboat movie.
Right.
Kenny Rogers, I think.
Kenny Rogers was in it too.
I think so, man. It's
Kenny Rogers
that
and
movie
Clint
rules,
Black,
dude.
man.
That movie's awesome.
Yeah, wow. If you were to tell me that Kenny Rogers and Clint Black were going to be starring in a movie in the 90s, I'd probably sign up to go watch that movie. I can't believe, honest to God, I've never heard of the movie Maverick before. And then you put like all these people that are in it, and I'm like, how did I miss this movie before?
Yeah, it's a remake, and I forget what the guy's name is, but he was the original Maverick back in the day, and then he makes his reappearance, how they always do those in those movies, kind of like in The Longest Yard. In the Adam Sandler, Burt Reynolds comes out. He's like, "You need 1 yard." It's like Buffalo could have used Burt Reynolds last year.
Hell yeah, they could
Hey-o.
have. Oh yeah, Burt Reynolds.
yeah.
Burt Reynolds, man, he scored.
He was awesome in Striptease.
I mean, everybody loved Burt Reynolds back in the day. Burt Reynolds could just walk into any room and he'd have like 10 women come running over. I'm Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, James Garner. That's who played the original Maverick. Yeah, there's a ton of stars in this movie. Dub Taylor? Know who that is? Me neither, but he's in it. Yeah. He's the room clerk.
Well, all right.
Anyways, enough about Maverick. We had a icon return to Kansas City. I don't know why I'm goofy like this.
I am too. I think this is so cool, right?
This is back in the day when I was part-time in it, and I'd fill in for Wachowski behind the board, and Union Station decided to light itself up with like the red floral design. I forget what it was.
Oh, it was for the World War II memorial, the poppies. Yeah, that was really
and
cool.
I told Bob, it's like Bob and I were kind of just getting to know each other, and I was like, yeah, the World War II memorial is going to light up. I'm going to go check it out tonight. He's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's like nice weather. It's going to be kind of cool. Get some videos. Bob's like, you know what? I'm going to do that too. That stuff's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then they did the Western Auto sign. And I was like, I know it's just lights, but it's, it was never lit up when I was alive. I'm going to go see what this looks like. Took my ass down Bruce R. Watkins Drive, came into downtown Kansas City, sat there, watched that thing circle for 4 or 5 times, went back home and got into the garage.
Hell yeah.
Now, the KCTV5 tower is going to light up pure red, and it's weird, but I love it.
It hasn't been lit in 20 years, which for me, I'm like, I can't believe it's been 20 years since we last saw that tower kind of lit up. But these are the steps that we're taking now for the World Cup, right? We're making the city look better and sprucing it up for the World Cup. That poppy thing, though, for World War I was incredible. I mean, it really was. I mean, that's still, they should do that more often. And I know things are, it's like, when you play at the Field of Dreams or something like that, one time is great. You don't want to overdo it. I understand that. But that was something really special. And so, they're starting to clean up the city and getting that KCTV5 tower back lit up. It's an iconic thing for our town, right? And a lit up city, beautiful city. Like, we have a great skyline in this town. I don't think many people really appreciate the skyline that we have. Go look at St. Louis's skyline. That thing sucks, man. That is a terrible skyline. Other than the arch, there's nothing there that looks cool. I would put Kansas City skyline as one of the most beautiful skylines in the country when it comes to just that view, especially from that scout area where you just look. It's just just a beautiful shot of what our city looks like. And then to add the KCTV5 tower back in, I think anything we can do to continue to make our city shine brighter, no pun intended, as the World Cup gets closer and closer and closer, those are the things that we have to do, because you want to have everybody have a good, lasting impression of what this town is all about. I know it's just lights on a tower and things like that, but it's all these little things add up to people having a great experience here. You know,
because I mean, Union Station's always like sexy whenever they do their thing, and then like I don't know, it just like because like I get a really random skyline shot that I never knew I had until I started taking like 350 through Raytown to get to Kaufman, because I drove through.
Oh, yeah, you can see the city up of it.
It's
Yeah.
sick, dude. It's like,
and
and I never knew that until I moved to Lee Summit and took that route, because I used to always go I-70 to the stadium because I lived in Blue Springs.
Yeah.
And then Lee Summit, I come, from the south side of the city. I get south side of the city,
Yeah.
but like the suburbs. And I took 350 one time and I popped up over the hill where there's like the Dunkin' Donuts on your right.
Yeah.
And I look up and I'm getting ready to get on 435 to go towards the stadium. And I look over and I'm like, oh my God, that's kind of a cool little unknown shot
It is. It's
that I didn't
beautiful
know
there.
existed.
Yeah.
And it's all there. And then like, I can always tell in the summertime when I go to the K, I'm like, man, it's hazy out here. Like, how do you know? Like,
You look
can't
at the
see any of those
skyline.
buildings.
Yeah, I'm the same way with you. Like just driving downtown, sometimes you don't realize it's a hazy day, right?
Yeah.
And then you drive, and then you see the city, and you're like, holy crap, it's a hazy day. So I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Anytime I drive downtown, I always make it a point to look at the skyline and see, is it a hazy day? Is it clear? And you can judge right away. You're like, oh, it's a clear day out here today.
Yeah, I can
Beautiful
see
day,
every
right?
window in that building.
Yeah, and
I
then
cannot see that building. I'm screwed.
Yeah, and then some days you're like, where is that building? Like
Yeah.
it's just so foggy and nasty and hazy and whatnot. But
It's
yeah,
like an unwritten rule of how to know if your allergies are going to be bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like as mine are today, right?
Yeah.
But there's another great, I think, skyline shot. You're a golfer. Swope Park, it's closed right now.
amazing.
The one on the golf course out there is a
think it's
beautiful,
hole 17.
just a gorgeous. You
Yeah.
know what? So you know what I'm talking about, obviously.
and
out
it's
there.
it's a par 5 uphill, and then it massively goes
Yeah,
downhill.
yeah.
The green sits at the bottom, and then right when you get to the top of that fairway, apex of the fairway, it's boom. It's right there.
it's right there
And
for
it hits you.
Yeah.
You come up the hill in the golf cart. Because Rob Britton, the first time I ever played out there, I'm probably like, I don't know, 8 or 9 deep. We're doing it for the golf with the producers for the garage sale they do. And he's like, this is pretty good iconic shot here, pal. And I'm like, okay, 2 things. Pal, still.
yeah.
And then 2,
Do you not like being called pal?
have you?
Bud? But see, that's kind of what
Boss?
I do when I don't remember somebody's name. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Like, I'm not a boss guy or a pal guy.
He's a big pal guy.
Yeah.
Thanks, pal. Okay. Like, known you for 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Call me Dusty.
Yeah.
Werewolf.
Yeah.
Bud.
Boss.
That was the
Boss
worst in the
man.
restaurant. That was the worst thing in the
Hey,
restaurant
boss
industry.
man. Can you,
The rest is yours, boss. Thanks,
yeah.
employer.
Yeah. Yeah, boss
I mean,
man.
they don't mean any harm by it. So it's one of
No.
those like annoying bitching things that maybe we do with our pinky out holding our glass of Kim Crawford. But it's like,
Yeah, I know, I get it. Like, yeah, I'm not your boss, I'm not your pal, But anyway, because what are you supposed to say? You forget somebody's name. I can't remember people's names.
I do love my guy.
Yeah, my guy. Hey,
Nice
you doing,
shot, my guy.
Yeah.
There's 2 words there. If you put a my, nice shot, my boss.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. You can't do it.
My guy does,
Yeah,
but not my boss.
What's up, my guy?
Yeah, that
something like
works. I mean, that
Yeah.
works. But anyway, another iconic shot that
Yeah.
I discovered when I was interning in '97 at KMBZ. I would drive in from Lawrence all the time, right? And you get on 435, and then you take that flyover ramp to 35 back in the day. And back then, and I it's not as good today as it used to be because I think the ramp is a little bit lower than it was. But you could see the downtown skyline from like up on that ramp too. And I always thought that was a beautiful kind of shot, of the downtown skyline. And just different places in the city, it just pops sometimes, when you see it and it looks good. So I'm excited about the KC. Long way around, and we're
Yeah.
excited, man. City's starting to look good. We're less than a year away, from the World Cup. There's obviously some stuff that they still need to do and moving and shaking that needs to take place over the next, 11 months or so, 10 months now, probably, until the World Cup gets here. I talked to somebody yesterday who's involved in some of the World Cup stuff, a friend of mine. She goes, I got 8 months left to get through this stuff. These guys are busy, man. They're working their asses off, and I give a shout out to everybody who's on, that committee and who's doing everything they can to make Kansas City look great and do all this stuff, for the World Cup, because there's a lot of people behind the scenes, the Kathy Nelsons of the world, that are really doing a great job, and everybody that works with her and handling everything for the World Cup, the Chiefs as well. I mean, they had to renovate their entire stadium, to get the World Cup here.
Yeah, where they take out like 10,000 seats? Not that many.
No, I think it was like 6 rows or something something.
Okay.
Now, they'll be there for the football game, but when soccer comes, I'm interested to see that. I think that's going to be kind of cool looking to see kind of like, those retractable seats. I hope it's not the same people working on Arrowhead that were working on Olathe East High School all summer, and they're still not done with the gym till October now. So I hope they don't
always finds a way.
I hope
St. Louis, Olathe East.
Well, I'll get it all in.
It's not Tuesday.
My friend is walking this path in Italy. It's called the Camino, but it's not the Camino that everybody does. A different Camino. And she met a guy who was in America, right? And from Italy. And he goes, yes, I flew to New York. I did New York. Then I flew to St. Louis. I went right back to the airport that same day and left St. Louis because it was so bad. And I'm like, this guy's my spirit guy, man. I need to find this guy somewhere. This guy from Italy she meets in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, yeah, that's St. Louis. Sucks. BBL stinky. I thought that was fantastic. I was like, that is wonderful, man.
That's
I love
great.
it. So hopefully they get the seats all pushed back in. But Pam Kramer as well, she's the head of the committee and she's a wonderful human being and a great woman and does amazing things for this town. So she's been on it. These guys and gals are on this thing right now. I'm excited to see what the final product ends up looking like, man.
Speaking of shots and final product, we're still a couple weeks away, actually about a month away from the final product, but by God, is this guy hot.
And he swings and hits it well. Deep right center field. That's way back, and the win doesn't matter. It's a home run from Vinny Pasquantino, and the Royals retake the lead. It's 5-4.
Steve Stewart is awesome.
The win doesn't matter.
It's a home run from Vinny Pasquantino, and the Royals retake the lead. It's a home run from doesn't matter.
Stealing Denny's line, huh?
The win doesn't matter. The win doesn't matter. The win doesn't matter. The win doesn't matter.
Steve Stewart with the call there here on 96.5 The Fan.
That was Denny's line when Gordo hit that, home run.
Yeah.
The win doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yesterday, big win, bounce back win. Vinny Pasquantino hits a home run in his 4th consecutive game. If he hits another one tonight, he will tie Salvador Perez for the franchise.
And Swing Dog.
5 straight games with a home run. Vinny Pasquantino really coming through.
Yeah,
and we talked yesterday about how he put that last game on him. Bobby Witt Jr. makes an error at second base. 3 runs scored to tie the game. Guess who unties the game? Vinny Pasquantino.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday's game, huge. Standings matter. MLB Network is on the radar. And Bob has a take about Vinny Pasquantino that I'm not mad about it, but I may not agree with it. We'll discuss what it is on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Hey, well, yo, man.
On your home for Kansas City Sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Heartland Men's Health want you to have a great weekend, right? They want you to have a great life. Your partner wants you to have a great life. You want to have a great life, right? And you're sitting around thinking, man, but I suffer from ED. Weekends, sometimes they're tough. Sometimes just a normal Tuesday is tough if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction. But at Heartland Men's Health, they have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. And Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men right here in Kansas City. And they're ready for you. So do yourself a favor. Do your partner a favor. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you. Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. This season has been even better at the K because at every game you're always near a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka, the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals. They're absolutely delicious and pair perfectly with a day at the ballpark. You can find fans sipping Surfside everywhere at Kauffman Stadium, cheering on the boys in blue. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is 0 bubbles, which means 0 troubles. It's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. Ask for it at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game as well. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's Gold, and Circa Millions and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week, 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread, last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere, $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and 95th and Knoll. And for a limited time, you can get 4 incredible Booth Creek top sirloins for just $99. These mouth-watering premium cuts are available at both locations or online at boothcreekwagyu.com. It's the perfect time and perfect price to upgrade your beef. Booth Creek Wagyu, open 7 days a week. Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And we cut to size. Because just like taxes and BS, we think metal is better when cut. Metal Supermarkets, the convenient stores for metal. Find a store or shop online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Bob's had the same car, Betty, since high school, and that was a while ago. Bob's dealt with wipers, slow starts, and a few warning lights. And every time, Bob went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped with free services and the right parts to keep Bob and Betty on the road. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric on the Missouri side. 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown 15 minutes. Stay comfortable year-round with expert HVAC install. Financing options available with credit approval. Scheduled now at anthonyphce.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Enjoy your Friday. I know I will. Happy Friday, Kansas City. We've made it. Chiefs play tonight on this very station. Royals play on the AM side, 610. 5 o'clock is when Vern's show starts on that. Chiefs Radio Network takes over here on this station, 96.5 The Fan. Next.
Are they doing like an 18-hour pregame show today for the final preseason game or not?
They should.
They should.
Gotta get mid-season form. Yeah. Do you think the radio network benches their starters? We're only going to put Mitch in the third game for first half. We want to save him for the season.
They should. They should let Kling do the game, right? Yeah. Put Mitch on the sidelines. Let Kling do the game. How cool would that be?
That'd be awesome.
Change it up a little bit, right?
Mitch is just horrible because he's out of his element.
Josh is butchering every play. Matt Castle on the bow. Josh! It's 2025, buddy. Huh?
Let's go down to Mitch on the sideline. Mitch, go ahead. Thanks, Josh. Pat, that was a pretty cool play. What?
So that's what they should do for preseason games. Yes, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, not bench him, but just give him rest. We don't need to see Mitch. If you're a rookie, if you're a rookie broadcaster, yeah, you're taking all the reps and you're going to shock everyone. You're going to be the Jackson Dart of broadcasting.
That's right. Yeah.
Watch that jersey sale go.
Wow. Did you see the off-air comments that Ryan Fitzpatrick made in their
Little
warm-up
tough,
show?
hot mics.
I mean, gosh. But, I mean.
What is, well, no.
Oh, yeah. He's like, they were doing like a dress rehearsal, and apparently the mics were hot. And he goes, yeah, if I'm a Giants fan, I wouldn't be excited about him. Now, I don't know if he was saying that in jest or if he was saying that in reality.
And
again.
then he went on air and was like, he's got a really good release. He's got a great arm.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, like, which is, now he could be fooling around, too, and just doing a mic, check.
Totally.
But who knows? He still said it, right?
Yeah.
And then Jackson Dart went out there and said, hold my beer.
Yeah, and threw some passes that Ryan Fitzpatrick could only dream about throwing in his career.
Jackson Dart start week 3 against the Chiefs?
No,
Okay.
no.
Right.
See, that's where I know. God love Andy Reid for being able to stick, but he also had Alex Smith, man. It wasn't like Andy Reid had Russell Wilson. Yeah. Or Jameis Winston.
I mean, that could be worse. I mean, that's doable. You can do a whole season with that.
Because you know what Russell Wilson's going to do, man? He's going to take these drives for 8 minutes, get them all the way down to 35, field goal. Yep. And then the Giants are going to give up a touchdown. There's going to be 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Russell Wilson's going to drive all the way down the field to the 40-yard line. Missed field goal. And then it's going to be like, oh, the Giants lose 24-17. And somehow it's going to look like Russell Wilson put up these weird numbers and didn't turn the ball over. But did he really do well? I don't know. But we'll talk about that at another time because right now the Royals are the talk of the town. And the Chiefs play tonight against the Bears at home. The starters will play some. So there will be some action tonight.
That's right.
I can't promise you that. I'm going to guess 2 drives. I think they're going to get 2 drives out of the starters, and then they're done. So,
2 drives, are you talking 1 offense and 1 defense and done, or 2 apiece?
I think 2 apiece.
Okay,
and
I think a lot.
Which would be the first quarter.
Yeah.
I think they'll play 1 drive in the first quarter, and then, obviously play defense, get the ball back. They'll play 1 more, and then it's over, which is fine.
That'd be great.
That gets you to 8 o'clock.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with
And
that.
at one point
Considering
tonight,
they didn't play last game, it makes sense.
The worst thing is Patrick Mahomes starts the game, has 1 play, and in comes Gardner Minshew, right?
Yeah,
and I could see that happening too. The starters did play, but you subbed all of them out after the first play, which is, it would be fine if they did that, but whatever.
But my guess and my take that, people, just pining to hear us say, I do think the starters will play 2 series. I think that's what they'll do because Andy Reid, one of the rare coaches that does want to get a good blueprint out there, see what's like, put a 15-play drive together. Maybe that takes 2 series to do and see where people are at. And then you have the week off and then kaboom, we're here on Friday the 5th. Waiting for a game to be played in Brazil at 7 o'clock. Boy, there's going to be a lot of pissed off high school football dads.
You know what?
How many dads are on the screen?
I actually talked to Ralph about that the other day, and Ralph said to me his son's a senior and over at Bayshire, right? And the Bayshire Tonganoxie game coming up in October. We'll be there for that one. Can't wait. But so he called me the other day and we're talking about this. He goes, yeah, Roman's got a game on that Friday night. That's like the first weekend of high school football, and the Chiefs are playing as well. And he goes, back in the day, I would have been really ticked off. He goes, it's my son's senior year. That's what matters, right? Like,
sure.
And I hate to be that guy.
Having it on his phone.
Yeah, but he probably
nice
won't.
play, son.
Though.
We're on defense. Oh,
yeah, he probably won't though. I don't think he will. I think if you have a kid, that's your job as a parent. Sure. You can watch that game later. It's not that big a deal to miss that game if your kid is playing high school football on Friday night, right?
Daryl's got it on next to you.
Oh yeah, right,
that?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah, there's about 100 people in the crowd that are going to be watching that. But I've learned like time is short with my kids, and I was telling somebody this yesterday. They go, "What are you doing later today?" I go, "I got to pick my child up at school at 2:40." Oh, okay. I go, I'm not missing those days like that. I'm just not sacrificing anything in life anymore for my kids because one's got 3 years left, less than 3 years left. One's got that just started high school and whatnot. So I'm not passing that stuff up. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys walking around like Binkley's probably livid, right? A Friday night NFL game conflicts with high school football and all that kind of stuff. He's in a spot. But like,
I know that I'm on.
Yeah, but you got to be present for your kid. And if the game's taking place, so what? Man, be there for your kid will remember that more than you'll remember a football game.
Yesterday, I believe one of those games that if in fact this team does make the playoffs will be one that we'll go back and remember because we talked about it yesterday. I thought yesterday's game was a big game. You could take 3 out of 4 from Texas because 3 out of 4 versus 2-2 split, way different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The way that game ended on Wednesday night, kind of left them with a bad taste in their mouth. How are they going to react to that? Came out, guns a-blazing. Lorenzen was great. Made a fantastic play against the side where he crashed in kind of to the wall, and you see a pitcher doing it, and you hear pitchers are athletes too.
It's usually baseball players are athletes too.
And so, good start from Lorenzen. Bullpen was amazing. Vinny Pasquantino hits another home run. Bobby's going scorched earth again. Michael Garcia contributes. Everybody seems to be doing their job on this team. And Vinny yesterday in the locker room, as we're all down there, talking to him and, getting the feel for it, he brings up the Adam Frazier thing again.
Everybody wanted to rip on it when we got him, but can't deny the Frazier effect. So it's been great having these guys, having some experience. It's been good.
Road trip coming up, 9 games, 6 of which are against Detroit. I know you're taking it game by game. You guys stay where your feet are, but obviously a big series.
What? Yeah, I mean, we can't catch them, so we can get closer, but we can't. We're not close enough to them right now. So I think that's the easy part is, hey, just got to take it one step at a time. We've got KT Mize tomorrow night. That's what we're focused on. So other than that, I'm not worried about anything else.
Are you a scoreboard watcher? Are you looking at the other people at this time of the year?
Maybe a little, but it doesn't affect it in any which way that I prepare. It's just fun to be a part of. It's fun I get to be a fan sometimes, or a hater, which based on how people talk to me online is kind of more fun. So being a hater can be kind of fun. But yeah, watch a little bit, but focused on what we're doing.
What could you possibly say to Vinny Pasquantino negatively at this point in time?
There's people everywhere,
man.
man.
I mean, seriously, though, it just makes my skin cringe. This guy is just been unbelievable, and he's having to deal with a lot of this stuff online still. That's beyond belief for me, but I shouldn't be beyond belief on this stuff because there are AHs every year. I know. I just watched a video about the 80s want me back and all that kind of stuff, and I retweeted it. You can look at it; it's fun. But so a couple of things. Number one. 8-2 on the homestand. That's a 10-game stretch that we need to look at and discuss. That's how you judge baseball.
For sure.
8-2 on a homestand is unbelievable. An amazing homestand for the Royals. They did what they had to do and then some. And fantastic, unbelievable, well done, made up some ground, fantastic. What a great homestand it was.
Won every series,
absolutely. And you won 3 out of 4 against the Rangers, who I like that.
Sent them packing.
Team. I know you did. They're done. They're done.
It was
for the
you
season.
or them,
right?
And you decided to be you.
Yeah, exactly. And you told the Rangers you're done. The Rangers helped themselves as well as so much talent and so little achieving for that ball club. It's I'd be so mad if I was a fan of that team. And they're not having fun. The Royals have had fun over the last 10 days. And that's so important in sports because even Max said it to me. He goes, the Giants just look like they're having fun with Jameis Winston. I go, yeah, you got to have fun. If you're not having fun in professional sports, what are we doing here? The Adam Frazier stuff. We talked about it yesterday. Good to know that Vinny listens, right? Because I said yesterday that I heard from somebody around baseball, the clubhouse was not in a great spot. And then they brought Adam Frazier in. And again, this was a conversation we had yesterday. They brought Adam Frazier in, and he kind of steadied the waters. And Vinny, right there, he goes, yeah, people wanted to rip that move for Adam Frazier, and it's not going to bounce off the page.
Well, people did. They didn't want to.
They did. They did. Oh, yeah. I mean, people
Cam Devernay, what are we doing? He could be Brent Rooker.
Yeah, look, I will say this. If you're getting that deep into the woods on a baseball move, find something else to do in your life. If you're complaining that the Royals traded Cam Devernay Tardif for the veteran player. Yeah, right. The English patient for a veteran major league player. They had this guy last year. It wasn't like they took a flyer when they went out and got Adam Frazier. They recognized what he brings to this team and the value that he brings to this team. And so that's why when you're ripping the move for Adam Frazier, you have to take a step back and go, why are they going out and getting this guy? Well, they needed a veteran presence. They needed a guy that was kind of familiar, and they needed a guy to kind of straighten out that clubhouse a little bit because it was in a bad way.
He's also brought a productive stick.
And he has. And now they're 18-12 since they acquired Adam Frazier. He's playing well. And this team is playing well. They're 24-16 since July 6th, the best record in the American League. There is no doubt the Adam Frazier move was so valuable for this team. And anybody who doesn't understand that, well, that you got to understand that because you're seeing it right now. You heard Vinny say it. You heard me relay a message from another scout in another organization about the Adam Frazier effect. That's a great move by JJ. Again, I'll continue to say it. That's a brilliant move by JJ to understand what the locker room was going through and understand who they needed. Not what they needed, but who they needed, and went out and got that guy. And since he's come in here, it's been a completely different ball club.
It may not be like, how Beltran affected the Astros in their trade where he just hit everything out of the yard, but we played the audio from Q yesterday, and Vern's played on his pregame show about how there are certain athletes that know how to talk to other athletes better than what a coach can say or what a player can ask a coach. Constructive criticism works. And we talked about it yesterday. That game that they lost, you got to think that Adam Frazier went in that locker room and probably said, hey, it doesn't matter. Win 3 out of 4. Sweeps are hard. You're not going to sweep every team. You're not going to, every day is not Christmas, but come back tomorrow and do your thing. And again, in that game, Bobby Witt Jr. makes an error that you hardly ever see in a transition play at second base. 3 runs score. The game is tied. Vinny Pasquantino, very next at bat, hits a home run, breaks the tie. And it's 5-4. Royals go on to win in that game. And now they get closer and closer. They're 2 games back to Seattle. Seattle's going to go back home, which Harold Reynolds on MLB Network made a great point. That yard is massive. Those pitchers are able to pitch better in that park. But when they go on the road, it's a different team.
Who does Seattle have this weekend?
I had to look
I
on the
didn't look
schedule.
it up this week. It's kind of rivalry weekend, though, in Major League Baseball because you got the Red Sox and Yankees. You've got the Tigers and Royals. You've got the Mets and Phillies starting on Monday in New York. So I'm going to guess it's some sort of whoever Seattle's kind of rival would be. In the American, maybe Oakland they've got coming in. Is it Oakland?
It's the A's. But the A's, man, they're that team, right? They're that team that's young. Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz, those kind of guys.
They're playing with fun and no fear.
They're playing for jobs. But if we're being biased, we're obviously we're going to pimp up the A's.
I may wear my A's hat tonight. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I mean, literally, and it'll come on right after you're done watching the Chiefs game and the Royals game. You should have 2 TVs on tonight.
Yeah, because that'll be a 9 o'clock start out in Seattle. Yeah.
Right, 9:10 is that game. 6:10 is the Royals game. 7:20 the Royals game. So you kind of have a good little Friday night. And the thing is that they're winning. Other teams are losing, right? Boston beats New York last night. So hypothetically, you want to see Boston win the next 3. That eliminates New York. You want to see Seattle lose and then pop up. And MLB Network was talking about playoff odds and, of course, who's the hot team. And this is what they said about the Royals.
The Kansas City Royals are going to be in the playoffs. 5 of 6? Wow. The Kansas City Royals are going to be in the playoffs.
They're 10 games behind the Tigers, Harold. They'd almost have to sweep at least 5. I'm with you. They're a hot team right now. And the thing is, their starting pitching is good. You've been on their back end of the bullpen, and Pasquantino's starting to hit. He had a lousy beginning of the season. Buying the Royals right now.
So what they were talking about beforehand was like Harold thought that they were thinking he could catch Detroit.
I was going to say 10 games.
But you play 3 at Detroit. You then play 3 against the White Sox and then 3 again against Detroit.
Right.
I know that, and like they said, you have to win every night. Essentially, that's the attitude. But you go into Detroit, don't back down, right? Like yesterday we said, don't back down to the Rangers. You lost that game. A split would be a sick feeling in your stomach. You win 3 out of 4. Then you kind of go back and be like, man, but if they won that game Wednesday night, imagine sweeping. Of course. But going to Detroit, it's Mize tonight. And you know how focused the Royals are because in the Vinny audio we played just a few minutes ago.
He knew Mize was pitching already.
And that was literally 12 minutes after the game.
That's something that stood out to me, too. Like, he knew immediately that Mize was pitching. There was no, we'll worry about it tomorrow or we'll focus on it tomorrow. They probably came right in and go, who's pitching tomorrow?
Debunks the whole situation of, I hit 4 home runs in a row. That's cool. Yeah, the team's winning. That's awesome. Adam Frazier's been great to the clubhouse. But he knew exactly who they were pitching going up against in Mize. They knew exactly what's on the table. He says, we're not going to catch Detroit. Which, to me, some people might take as
he meant this weekend.
And that's what he was saying, and in the standings. But, I mean, if you can go take 2 out of 3 against Detroit, sweep Chicago, and then get back to Detroit, and we can have the conversation when we get there after those 2 series are over, you are literally one of the most feared teams going into the playoffs. And this is what we were talking about. Baseball is long. Baseball, you have to just kind of go through the ups and downs. And right now, last 10 games, 8-2.
Yeah.
Solid road trip. Most home runs they've hit in a homestand, I think, tied to their franchise record. They just hit it seemed they were hitting everything out of the yard. They're more patient. They're taking walks. They're more relaxed. Maybe that's veteran leadership. And now they go into Detroit. And now it's one of those things where, like, hey, take your royal blue glasses off. Everybody be the same sort of level-headed person. This is the team. This is the division leader. This is the team that ran away with this division in June while you ran and hid. And now you're playing your best baseball. Don't let this road trip to Detroit debunk that. Go in there, kick Mize's ass, and continue to play your way of baseball. And at the end of this series, if you go 2-3, and Seattle loses 2 or 3 against the A's, and Boston beats Yankees 3 or 4, we have an absolute dogfight, not just for a wild card spot, but maybe the home field wild card team.
Yeah, and it could possibly be that. And we're here and we're in this position because of Vinny Pasquantino. And it's clear to me, listening to Vinny talk after the game yesterday, watching what Vinny does, guy's the heart and soul of this team. And this is where this team, is going to win or lose. It's because of Vinny Pasquantino. He is the straw that stirs this drink. I don't believe this team can win without Vinny Pasquantino being in the lineup every single day. And that's an educated guess based on a hypothesis of how we saw last year when Vinny got injured and how immediately all the emotion was kind of sucked out of this ball club, right? We all kind of felt it when Vinny went down. He's your emotional leader. He's your heart and soul of this team. And I would go on record to say they probably get swept by the Texas Rangers if Vinny Pasquantino doesn't have those 4 home runs, right? You can make the case in all 4 games, and the 3 that they won, they probably would have lost those games if Vinny Pasquantino doesn't hit those home runs. Because not only did he hit big home runs, they were timely home runs. Like that one he hit yesterday after the floodgates opened when Bobby Witt made that error. He came up literally the next inning and picked up his guy and banged that ball over the fence to give the Royals the lead again. That's what a leader does. That's what the heart and soul of your team does. Vinny Pasquantino is the guts of this ball club. And quite honestly, he's one of your most important players. I can't have Vinny Pasquantino out of the lineup. This team just feeds off of that guy, man.
Which brings up the question that ended Vern's postgame show yesterday. Vinny Pasquantino, Michael Garcia for the future.
Yeah, I was thinking about that on my walk yesterday, actually. I was out there and I was listening to music. You get lost, right? When you go out there on these walks, and it's great for the mind and the body and the soul and all that.
And then you get found.
And then you do, it's terrible. Feel like you see your neighbor like, hey, how you doing?
How about those Jayhawks,
Bob? That's about a year ago now.
You think you're going to handle Fresno State on Saturday?
Yeah, they play Fresno State on Saturday. We're going to the Cody Johnson concert down in Branson. So I don't know that I'll
It's next
see.
Saturday, but yeah.
Is it next Saturday?
it's
I thought
Saturday.
KU played this Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. I think they're opening their new light poles this weekend. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I think Vinny, though, I mean, just the way that he kind of goes, about his business. And then I was thinking about that as I was walking yesterday. Like, I love Michael Garcia, right? But I think Vinny is the guy that needs to get signed this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 years of control. He's 27. And I thought Vern made a good point, and you give him like the Cole Reagans extension. Because, I mean, you don't necessarily have to sign Vinny Pasquantino right now. Let alone, I don't think you have to sign Michael Garcia right now. Vinny also 27. 3 years of arbitration.
You didn't need to sign Bobby. You didn't need to sign Cole Reagans. They've made a pattern of signing guys you didn't need to sign.
Well, Bobby's extremely different because he was 23, and if you didn't sign him that year, and he had the year he had last year, that contract goes up by about $200 million. So luckily they got him before he went, nuclear last year.
Yeah, but again, you didn't have to do that. Just like you're right. You don't have to sign Vinny at all.
But if there's one thing that we've seen from Mr. Sherman, he's about keeping this team together. So I could see maybe in the offseason, Vinny Pasquantino maybe gets an extension, or they get him out of arbitration. They let Michael go for another year. Then we have that conversation this time next year. But you're starting to see the foundation of this team similar to where 14 and 15 were, right?
Yeah.
Where you had like Moose, Haas, Kane, Esky. Now you've got Sal, who's the veteran, who's going to probably get a contract pickup next year, come back for one more, depending on how this season ends for him. But you've got Vinny, Bobby, Michael, you have Sal, and then you have a pitching staff that, is a mixed bag of Waka and Lugo, who's going to be here, Noah Cameron, who we think is going to be here, and Cole Reagans, who threw 35 to 38 pitches and Q said looked fine yesterday in his presser. Could see Cole Reagans come back this year, and if he can, for the love of God, stay healthy, you have Cole Reagans, Noah Cameron, 2 solid lefties in your rotation, plus you have Waka, plus you have Lugo pushing towards the playoffs, and you have a tough decision to make of, okay, is this team back to where it's at, where they knew they could be? Because right now they're playing the best baseball in the American League and probably the entire league of baseball, and you absolutely love to see it.
Well, and I also think, too, like, you got to have your core guys. When the Yankees were successful, everybody was, the Yankees are buying players. It was Posada, Jeter, Bernie Williams, and Andy Pettit, all homegrown players, right? And they were able to re-sign obviously they're homegrown players. But what are the Royals starting to do down here? You can throw Rivera in, but you talk about that core four that they always kind of talked about was Jeter and Posada and Bernie Williams, right up the middle, right? Those are your three, and then you're right. Yeah, you got your Posada or your Marianos. Again, another homegrown player for the Yankees. But that's what the Royals are doing. You've got homegrown players. You've got Salvi pick up his option. You've got Bobby. He's already signed. You've got Michael Garcia. You've got Vinny Pasquantino. Like, that's your core, man. That's your core going forward. That's your Travis Kelce. That's your Patrick Mahomes. That's your Chris Jones of the Kansas City Royals. And it's no, surprise. John's a huge Chiefs fan. He sees the way that they've done business over there. What's worked for them? John's a huge baseball fan. Got to be, owner of the Cleveland Ball Club for a while. See how they did business over there. You've got to identify those players that you believe that you can build around, and then the rest will kind of fall into place. And I think Kyle Isbell is kind of on that list as well. I'm not ready to go out there and sign Kyle Isbell to a record-breaking deal, but I believe he's part of the future, guys. Like, that guy's just such an understated player for this ball club. And I know he's kind of tailed off a little bit in the last couple of weeks or so, but he's one hell of a center fielder. Like, from a defensive standpoint, I don't want to say he's Lorenzo Cain, but he's just a notch below what Lorenzo Cain was and guys like that on the defensive side. Like, Kyle Isbell's legit, so you could go strong up the middle for the next year with Salvi and then figure out what you're going to do after that. But you sign Vinny, you sign Michael Garcia, you sign Kyle Isbell. Now you've got your core, and everybody else kind of fills in around that. And that's how you maintain success, by maintaining that core, maintaining that voice, if you will. Why are the Chiefs successful? Because they have that core that sets the tone for everybody else in there. And that's what the Royals need. You got that core, they set the tone, and this is how it's going to be, and that's how you start that dynasty.
And then there's Jack Caglione. It's relevant because if he pans out and lives up to the hype, you add that piece to the puzzle as well. Just think.
It's impressive. You're able to shoehorn him in.
Just Jack.
Jack Facts.
That's right. Coming up on the other side, this man got his number retired. I think it's okay. Do these guys think it's okay? 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are ready for you. I love these guys at the union because I was a union kid my entire life. From my first job and every other opportunity I had to join the union, I always did. And the Sheet Metal Workers Number 2 are outstanding. If you're looking for that perfect career opportunity for you, or maybe you've got a kid graduating high school next year and they're looking for that perfect career field, pre-apprentice programs with Sheet Metal Number 2 is where you go. You're going to start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months. You're going to receive family health coverage at no cost to the employee. And once accepted, first-year apprentices begin earning $30 per hour. And you can get credit towards a full pension payable with 30 years of service and at the age of 55. So you can retire early if you go ahead and go work for the Sheet Metal Workers Number 2. And you think to yourself, well, what do? They do literally everything. HVAC service and repair, HVAC installation, commercial kitchen fabrication, and they build cool projects as well, like the top of Bartle Hall, the iconic crown at Kauffman Stadium, and the Kauffman Performing Arts Center as well. So if you're looking for that perfect career, get on their website at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help this patient.
Hi, my name is John, and I've been on ED and testosterone treatment at Heartland Men's Health for the past 15 months. I could tell, I was starting to go downhill, and my wife kept telling me, well, you need to go to a clinic that'll specialize in that. And that's what eventually led me into the men's clinic here. Treatment, in my opinion, is a miracle. I was able to perform to an elevated position that, quite honestly, I never thought I'd see again. For my fellow men out there, if you're feeling that you're not up to par, I encourage you, contact Heartland Men's Health, and you will see a dramatic difference.
Thank you. It's true. Your initial appointment includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Baseball fans, BetMGM is giving you the chance to win a prize every day during the baseball season. Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Log in every day for your chance to win. All you need to do is pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. If you get a single, double, triple, or home run, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet on us. Just log into your BetMGM Sports account to get started. Then, visit your promotions section to access the Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. You'll score a prize if you hit a single, double, triple, or home run. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary. Bonus bets expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Gear? Check. Snacks? Check. Tires? Not so much. I didn't have time to deal with this, so I asked my friend. Her answer was simple. Take it to Telly, she said, and I'm so glad I did. They didn't just take care of my tires, they took care of me. We got you, they said, and they did. Fast, friendly, and stress-free. Now I know when life throws you a red card, take it to Telly. Stay in the game. Take it to Telly.
For children who've experienced abuse or neglect, life can be full of uncertainty, but one caring adult stands by their side, offering support, stability, and a voice in court.
In being a CASA, you make a difference, even if it's just one child.
Get involved. You'll never know how you can affect someone's life.
Hundreds of children are waiting for someone like you to speak up for them. Be a CASA. Be the constant in a child's life.
To find a local CASA program in your community, visit kansascasa.org.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And we cut to size. Because just like taxes and BS, we think metal is better when cut. Metal Supermarkets, the convenient stores for metal. Find a store or shop online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Bob's had the same car, Betty, since high school, and that was a while ago. Bob's dealt with wipers, slow starts, and a few warning lights. And every time, Bob went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped with free services and the right parts to keep Bob and Betty on the road. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Say goodbye to dealerships and private sale tire kickers when you sell your car to GiveMeTheVin.com. Now we're even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com Big Cash Giveaway. Win $25,000 in cash every month. Sell us your car to increase your odds of winning. No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit SaveALifeNow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door, RENNER, forward and back.
Almost Andy Reid here. Renner Garage Door has proudly served KC for nearly 70 years. Get your free estimate today. RENNER, forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 71 northbound, just a bit sluggish from 75th up towards Gregory. Kansas side, 635 southbound filling in, approaching I-35. And then 70 eastbound, doing construction today, approaching 435, keeping things sluggish from 110th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back at it here on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for the Kansas City Royals, Kansas City Chiefs, K-State Wildcats, all in action in the next
big
48
weekend
hours.
for the station, huh? We got K-State and Ireland. We got final preseason game for the Chiefs. We got a huge-ass series for the Royals.
Huge ass.
And you hear it right here on 96.5 The Fan.
That's why we say Kansas City Sports, baby.
Yeah. If it matters, we got it.
Because you could double TV it tonight if you wanted to. Royals at 6:10. Chiefs, excuse me, rude. Chiefs at 7:20, and then by the time the Royals game's wrapping up, you're probably wrapping up the Chiefs game.
What do you think? You're going to miss like a half inning of the Royals game if you watch the Chiefs starters?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll definitely double TV it just to kind of get myself in the regular season mode. Because these boys are playing through October.
Oh, yeah. Boys in blue, absolutely.
We're about to get another hoodie that shows up 2 days after they lose. We'll definitely do it. But in seriousness, the Chiefs do play tonight, 7:20, 2 weeks away, officially today, from the first real game that matters because they'll be in Brazil taking on the Chargers. And tonight, we've been told some starters, or starters will play some. Like I said earlier, I think my bold take, if you can have a preseason bold take, is that you'll see two series. I think that's what you'll see here tonight. We know Andy Reid likes to play his players a little bit in the preseason. We saw 48 seconds in the first game. We saw nothing in the second game. Now they're in front of the home crowd. Let's give them a little peep of what's going to be happening. Nothing crazy. Get some guys out there. I think maybe we see Hollywood Brown. I think he comes out tonight.
We're not seeing Hollywood Brown.
You don't think so?
No,
okay.
not at all.
We'll see Pacheco.
I'd be stunned if they played Hollywood Brown, based on everything they're saying about trying to keep this guy healthy. Like,
fair point.
I'm not putting.
I just figured maybe get him some reps because he basically had an entire year off last year, an entire training camp off this year.
Yeah.
And then after today, there's nothing until the September 5th game in Brazil.
I think they're afraid Hollywood Brown crossing the street right now, like especially with where the whole wide receiver lot is with the suspension looming and all this kind of stuff and whatnot. So. I mean, I wouldn't play any starting wide receiver in this game tonight.
And then the Royals are in Detroit. They start off at 6:10, which you can hear that on the AM side, 6:10. Vern's pregame show starting off at 5 o'clock for Vern's On Deck show. But some news that went out yesterday, which tie this into a Chiefs conversation some weird way. Derrick Rose is going to get his number retired,
By
his
whom?
jersey retired, the Bulls, on January 24th this year in basketball. Mac, you don't think that they should do that?
I do not. I think that is a bad decision. Or a wrong decision by the Chicago Bulls.
I think I like the way that you're saying that because look, I'll be honest, I don't know enough about Derrick Rose's career. All I know is that he played at Memphis and then was hurt all the time, right? Like that's my impression
One MVP,
of Derrick Rose.
very early in his career.
One
early in his career, then plagued by injuries.
Plagued by injuries his entire career, right?
Yep.
You got to take body of work. But I didn't care that they retired Shedeur Sanders' number in Denver because he meant a lot to the organization. I don't know what Derrick Rose means to the Bulls organization.
Well, he's a Chicago kid.
But if he means a lot to the organization, then go ahead and do it because there are certain things like you don't know about in sports if you don't live in that town, right? Like people will look up at, retired numbers all the time and go, why is that guy's numbers retired? And then there's a huge backstory about that guy and what he's meant and whatnot to the organization. Like I'll use Joe Delaney as an example here in Kansas City. On the field, he didn't really do anything that stood out, but he risked his life to save the life of others, right? And so that's why his number is retired. If you're just a football fan from Texas and you look at that and you go, Joe Delaney, I've never heard of that guy. Why is his number up there? And you don't know the research or the background and the story as to why somebody's name or number happens to be retired, well, that's not your fault because you didn't live there. So that's what the long way around it is. Does Derrick Rose mean something bigger to that organization that you say, yeah, we're going to retire his number? Like, obviously, Jordan, won the championships, turned the whole thing around. Duh, right? And Shedeur Sanders meant a lot for whatever reason to Colorado. So I can't get in the way. Like, Derrick Rose, to me, was a meh NBA player. I wouldn't retire his number, but I don't know what he meant to that Chicago Bulls organization,
Yeah, he definitely meant a lot. That's fair. As you said, Dusty, Chicago kid. Everyone loved him. He was their next guy.
Yeah.
They were in a desolate, barren wasteland of just losses.
Kind of still
Jordan.
are, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, it's a
like, who's
mess.
recovered worse, the Colts from Luck or the Bulls from Jordan?
Or the Browns from Belichick.
Probably the Bulls. I don't know. Both are terrible.
I mean, think about
Disgusting.
that, right? Like the Bulls haven't done anything since Jordan. The Colts haven't done anything since, Andrew Luck retired. You're right. The Browns haven't done anything since they fired Bill Belichick and moved the franchise. Like, it's bizarre, right? So that from an on-court thing, I don't know. But again, there are certain guys that just mean so much to the organization, and the fans just bleed for those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 4 good years. That last year was the MVP, and then the tragic injury. He was 20-10-6, 1 All-NBA year, 1 MVP. I just don't think he should be next to 23 in the rafters. That's just like
I
the
understand
greatest player
that.
of all time,
Yeah.
like Derrick Rose. Like, okay.
Yeah, I understand
But
that.
you're right. The sentimental value,
Yeah.
I get that.
Is there like a sentimental chief that would go into the Ring of Honor?
Well, I would have said at the time, and I still do feel this way, Giordano Ventura, like if we were to retire number 30 back in the day, right? That could have been the number that got retired and represented that entire era of Royals baseball. Because there's not really one individual that needs to be retired from that group of Royals players other than Salvi and Gordo, obviously, the lifelong Royals. But I thought 30 being retired was a great tribute to Giordano Ventura and then kind of representative of the whole organization of that time. Now, obviously, they didn't do that. But if you were to see 30 out there and you're a baseball fan, Giordano Ventura really didn't do all that much. But the backstory, and we're going to the World Series again, and the energy and who he was, like fans in Kansas City would appreciate his number being retired just because of what he meant to the organization. And if you're looking at the Chiefs, and I've thought long and hard about this one because there are so many guys that you can put up in the Ring of Honor. Like, honest to God, you're going to need a new deck if you put everybody in the Ring of Honor that should be on this team. And I think you just limit it. I think you go Jones. I think you go Kelsey. I think you go Mahomes. I think you go Reed. And I think you go Veach. And that's it. Because
no Butker?
No, not ready for that yet. You start his career's still not written.
Very 100% in the Ring of Honor.
Probably.
If Nick Lowry is in the Ring of Honor, Harrison Butker is 90 million light years ahead of Nick Lowry.
No doubt. There's no question. But we start putting, like, you can make a case for like how many people to be in that Ring of Honor. And sometimes you have to hit the pause button and say, this is different. This is special. Just because we really liked you as a player doesn't mean you belong in the Ring of Honor at times, You have to understand what it is. And I think for this organization where they are right now, you go with those 5 that I mentioned, and maybe you want to throw Butker in as well. The long-term guys.
I mean, we said Butker's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is.
If you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Ring of Honor Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're right. And I don't know why you kind of left him out. I guess because he's a kicker.
Because that's what everyone does in this city.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are comments that were made by him that not everybody agreed with, so he's got a little bit of a gray cloud over his head. But, like, take that out of it.
He's the best kicker that's ever lived. You're right. That's a miss by me.
It's okay.
That's a miss by me.
But I mean, that's perfect because that's where a lot of people are when they talk about this Chiefs team and the greatness that is on it. They're like Pat, Kelsey, Jones, McDuffie, Reed, Veach. You're like Butker. You're like,
how many Super Bowls do they have without Harrison Butker?
I mean, he makes the kick in the 13-second game from 48 yards.
I mean,
like we just blow that off.
I know we do.
Yeah, Mahomes is great. Kelsey's great. Tyreek was great. 48 yards, game on the line.
Just ask yourself this question. How did you feel when Butker was hurt?
Sucked.
And like Matthew West was out there kicking, or
it sucked.
Spencer Schrader,
or whoever the guy was that they were rolling out to kick. You were nervous. Butker goes out there, you go stand outside, you take a breath, you do whatever. He's going to nail this, we're going to be fine.
You don't have that with Butker, at least right now. You don't have that where you're like, because what do we always do? If Mahomes is down by 1 or 3 in the fourth quarter with, and I bet you guys both do this, and I bet everyone listening does this exactly the same way. We're down by 3. The Chiefs are down by 3. There's a minute 40 left, and the first thing that pops to your head, just got to get to the 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every time.
One play, get the field goal range.
And that's Mahomes. Also, that's more so Butker. You're like, all we got to do is get to the 38-yard line, and we're good.
Oh, that's not Mahomes at all. It's all Butker at that point. You're right.
That's why, like,
you're right.
The two together, it's like going back to the day. It's like, all we got to do is get to the 9th, give it to Wade. Because how many times in baseball you get closer out there, you're like, even Estevez, who leads the league in saves, you're still like,
you're nervous.
You're like,
it's not the same as Wade Davis. You're right.
Like, I wish we had 2. I wish we had 2, not 1. And then when Wade Davis went out there, you're like, 9th inning, all right.
See you later.
We're good.
You're done.
Good.
Yeah. And even if you loaded the bases, you're like, he'll
and
be
you
fine.
have that same conversation. And you have that, because then it'd just be 3 straight strikeouts.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens with Butker now. Now, 4 years ago, it was like extra points. You're like, is he going to make this? And now you get to the point where you're like, Get to the 35, we're good. Get to the 38, we're fine. All Mahomes has to do is Danny Duffy's got to do is get to the 7th. And then we got Herrera and Davis, we're good. And that's how Butker has been in this. And it's field goal kicking. And how many times? Every single Sunday. We'll watch it on the first Sunday on Red Zone. There's a kick, it's a miss. Buffalo, Tyler Bass.
Mm-hmm.
Think about where they're at when Tyler Bass makes that kick.
You can make the case, and I think I've said this before, but you could make the case that Harrison Butker is the best football player at his position in the entire NFL, right? Like, he is better at his position than any other player is at their position. And that's including Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. Nobody is better at their position in the NFL, in my opinion, than Harrison Butker is.
I agree. Besides what we saw most recently from him, and he was injured, and I believe he'll come back from that. He's not bracing himself on those kicks anymore. Yeah. People on the national media, we see these kickers rankings. They are sleeping on Harrison Butker.
Is he not ranked as the number one kicker?
No.
Because the
and in fantasy
idiot
football,
from
he's not.
Baltimore is not there anymore.
It's the Brandon Aubrey guy in Dallas. People love that
they
guy.
always go to the 40 and kick 3 points.
Oh, yeah, because Dallas can't score a touchdown.
Yeah, he gets like 15 points a game.
Dallas is like a high school kid, can't score.
Yeah, and Butker was hurt, so he's going to come back. And
I can't believe people aren't saying Harrison Butker's the best kicker in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, don't get me mad. You already had me mad earlier this morning with anxiety. This one's going to fuel it even worse.
Mac takes him every year in the 4th round. Coming up on the other side, the Royals might be a playoff team, believe it or not, and J.J. Piccolo was on MLB Network talking about their ace of the staff. We'll bring it up on the other side. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. This season has been even better at the K because at every game you're always near a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka, the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals. They're absolutely delicious and pair perfectly with a day at the ballpark. You can find fans sipping Surfside everywhere at Kauffman Stadium, cheering on the boys in blue. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is zero bubbles, which means zero troubles. It's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. Ask for it at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game as well. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, it's Christina with Piropos Restaurant on the hill at Briarcliff. When you dine at Piropos, you love the cuisine we mastered from Argentina, like our famous empanadas, crab bisque, peppercorn encrusted filet, and so much more. But we prepare to say wow with our stunning hilltop views overlooking downtown Kansas City. Be playful and enjoy life at Piropos for dinner. Go to piroposkc.com or call 816-741-3600.
I'm McCall with Lee Summit Subaru, and it's time to make a big deal out of nothing. Announcing Lee Summit Subaru's 0% event. Up to 0% financing on select 2025 Subaru models for 72 months. And we have the largest selection of Subaru certified vehicles in Kansas City, starting as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Fall in love with driving again at Lee Summit Subaru. The Subaru A Lot to Love event.
Based on January 2025 through June 2025 Kansas City inventory listings.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland, 435 southbound, slow rolling past I-35 down towards 48th Street with construction. Kansas side 70 eastbound. Construction slows you approaching 435 with the left lane taken away. A little slow from 110th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Tune in Saturday, August 23rd for K-State and Iowa State, live from Dublin, with pregame starting at 9, kickoff at 11, on your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
pitch and a breaking ball that hung and banged to deep left field and gone. And Corbin would love to have that pitch back, but there's no way. Nick Lofton.
He'd love to have that pitch back, but there's no way. Nick Lofton put a surge into that one, and Stiddy Matthews on the call that you heard here yesterday on 96.5. The Fan. Royals victorious yesterday, 6-4. 3 out of 4 from Texas. Vinny Pasquantino, 4 straight games with a home run. And now they go off to Detroit tonight, 6:10, right on the AM side on 6:10, because those Kansas City Chiefs will play here on 96.5 The Fan at 7:20. And you can hear Vern at 5 o'clock on 6:10 AM with the On Deck show. What a week it was for the Royals, 8-2 in their last 10 games. They hit a ton of home runs in this homestand. They were patient. They were good. The vibes are immaculate. And, you know, we continue to go back to what this team said they'd be at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. We're a playoff team. Well, it's like when your dad would, you know, back in the day, you're a Fescoe, start acting like one. You know, you're
I don't know.
Yeah, you're a playoff team. Start playing like it. And yesterday, that's what it was. I'm sure that flight to Detroit yesterday was fantastic. I'm sure the vibes were high. But like Vinny said, and we'll play it again a little bit later on, it's off to Detroit. Mize is on the mound. They're going to go out there tonight and try to continue this sort of stride, because don't let Detroit and, you know, that team debunk you for what you are. Go be the hottest team in baseball that you continue to be and take 2 out of 3 from Detroit, because you got to keep winning and let other teams around you falter.
Yeah, if this team makes the playoffs, how are you setting up the rotation? Because I was thinking about that on my walk yesterday as well. I'm out there, it's sunny. I'm thinking about the rotation in October for the Royals, and that's a good thought to have. Most years of our lives, the majority of years of our lives, we didn't care. It didn't matter. There was no October. Now we've got this kind of conversation to have. And for me, I think the only 2 shores in my rotation right now are Lugo and Waka. Those are my veteran guys that I need to be big in October if this team is going to move on to the next round. I don't think you advance in October without those 2 guys being big for your ball club. And those are the 2 guys that I have coming out the gate in October and really getting ready to kind of take the mound in the postseason. Lugo and Watka, and then you really only need 3, maybe a 4th starter if you get into some later series. So who you decide to put in there can be left for interpretation. You probably would go with Noah Cameron as your 3rd guy, you know, in that rotation. And then, you know, maybe it's Lorenzen, maybe it's not Chris Bubich, but Cole Reagans, but I haven't seen anything out of him that says he deserves a spot right now in the postseason roster. But Lugo and Waka, man, we got to ride those guys into and through the postseason. I think those are the 2 guys that have to be at the top of your rotation for this team to have success.
I think if I'm going to go with a 3-man rotation as of today, because Reagan's being the unknown, and I can explain what I would do with Reagan's as well, is obviously pitchers and bullpen, or I guess managers, like to throw in a left-right or a right-left-right. I think the 2 veterans have to be in there. I think you're right with Lugo and Waka, and I think Noah Cameron's the middle guy.
I think that's overthinking, though, and that's my world. Like, I don't care what arm you throw with, right? Sure. Now, if I'm doing a matchup later on, but I'm looking at my guys who give me the best opportunity to win, right? Sure. And so
Noah Cameron's been that.
He's been that guy. He's been fantastic for you. But he's 3rd on. He's still a rookie, right? You've paid that $47 million to Lugo. He's your number 1. Watka's your veteran guy. He's your number 2. I need experience in the playoffs, and I need to have my veteran guys out there in the postseason. So I don't like the left stuff to me. Mm-hmm. Again, that's baseball overthinking 101 in my opinion, you know? Sure. And so that's what I would do. I would go with the 2 veteran guys.
This was MLB Network on Noah Cameron.
Noah Cameron, Kansas City Royals. He's been good since they brought him up. He's another guy. He's a pitcher, not a thrower. Not overpowering, you know, low to mid-90s fastball, good assortment of off-speed pitches. What I like about him, he repeats his delivery. He's around home plate. He can manage a game.
You see ERA leaders this season. He's in the mix. These are not just rookies. Garrett Crochet, Brown, Skubal, Valdi. That is the type of season Noah Cameron has given the Kansas City Royals.
How many packs a day do you think that guy takes down?
Hopefully more than I used to.
Good Lord.
But yeah, I think that Noah Cameron is the middle guy between Lugo and Waka. Lugo, you paid the guy. He's your guy. Michael Waka might be your best pitcher on your staff since the All-Star break, maybe even before that, plus the veteran there. And then you have Noah Cameron in the middle, who I think has shown over and over, because I think there was probably a lot of people, myself included, like, oh, yeah, the first couple of starts are great. Let's see when the league figures him out.
We were all there, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the kid from St. Joe is a product of your system for probably the next few years to come, unless somehow we see some sort of dramatic trade at the start of next season. And because you got him, you've got Bubic, you've got Reagans, you got Lugo, you got Waka.
I would be stunned if all of those guys are in surprise Arizona for the Royals, right? Like,
Right.
I think you got a position of really good strength right now in that rotation, and you need to use your position of strength to get something where you're weak, and that is an outfield bat. I would absolutely trade one of those guys this offseason for that outfield bat.
And I think what you would do with Reagans in this situation, now, this is if he comes back and, you don't want to tax him long into the season because you want to make sure his arm stays attached to his body. But let's say that, you have Lorenzen and you have Reagans out there. Well, both those guys can be mid-relief. Or
Lorenzen's definitely a good long reliever for the playoffs.
Or let's say that, the first three guys, their starts go well. You get into the bullpen, whatever. Okay, on that fourth game, you don't have to start Lugo because you can have the availability to play or start Cole Reagans. And if he's not as sharpest, then it's like, hey, we're going to bring in Lorenzen and we're going to try to fight this game out. Or if one of those starters, Lugo, Waka, or Cameron, can't get through the fourth inning, you can bring in Cole Reagans and kind of hope that he can come in there and kind of shut that down, because we know the playoffs are a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
We know it's a different beast. But if that can be your sort of case, like, you kind of love the way your pitching can line up. And then if your offense can stay where it's at, which, again, I know they're not going to hit 15 home runs every 4 or 5 games. But again, your offense is showing your pitching staff, hey, guys, guess what? You don't have to throw a 2-run shutout to get a win, or for us to get a win. It's okay if you give up 2 or 3. We've seen that. Texas, almost every game, got off to a lead, and then the offense fought back. Yesterday, 4-4. Vinny comes up in the bottom of the 5th, 5-4. Michael Garcia comes up, knocks Bobby Witt Jr. in. Mize comes up, not Mize, but Melee comes up, huge walk with the bases loaded.
Yeah, big walk.
Doesn't really, blow your stat rod off the charts, but that was a huge situation. Gave them an extra run, gave them cushion. That game was 6-4. It wasn't like it was a magic, 2-0 shutout by Noah Cameron. That also helps out. So I would, if we go back to the original conversation, I'd go Lugo, Cameron, Waka, sandwich the rookie between 2 vets, and then let them all just kind of bounce their aura off of each other.
See, I go Lugo and Waka in a 3-game series because it's the best of 2, right? The best of 3, you got to win those first 2 games. I don't need game 3, not for me. I don't want that anxiety. Give me my 2 guys to go out there, and then give me a little bit of a break as well. The sooner you win, obviously, you get a little bit of that break as you get ready to go into that next series, and then you can maybe set up your rotation again if you get enough of a break, to have Lugo and Waka go probably games 3 and 4, maybe 2 and 3 of that next series that comes along. So you'll probably need a different pitcher for game 1. And that's where I would start Noah Cameron in game 1 of what would that be, a 5-game series? Then the ALDS is the best of 5 now. So I would start Noah Cameron in game 1 of that, because you have a little bit more of a breathing room. And if something were to happen with him in game 1, then you still got 2, 3, 4, and 5 where you can go out there and use your big guns and strengthen that up and get those victories. I don't want to see Noah Cameron, or any rookie, quite honestly, in a 3-game series. I want my 2 veteran guys in that series. So that's me. That's just a different approach to everything. I'm not playing that first wild card series as a 3-game series. I'm playing that as a 2-game series, and I'm winning those 2 freaking games early, and we're getting the hell out of town, and we're going on to the next one.
JJ, on when we can see Cole Reagans.
Mentioned Cole Reagans. When can you expect him back?
Well, we're hoping the middle of September. He's thrown a handful of sides. He still has his build-up to go from 2 innings to 3 innings and so on. But he's thrown 3 sides at this point. He's mixing in change-ups and breaking balls. He's feeling great. So we're getting close to maybe sending him out on a rehab assignment. And then it'll be a matter of how he's feeling, how sharp is he, what's his command like. But we're hopeful by the middle of September we can see him back in Kansas City and back in our rotation.
So there's the general manager of Kansas City Royals on Cole Reagans. We never hit the brakes. We just keep shifting gears. Shout out Garth Brooks. But we shift over to a running back situation that came up out of nowhere yesterday with your Kansas City Chiefs, who play tonight. Plus, we get to Mac in his one word on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, Missouri sports fans, I got great news for you. The Underdog app is now available to play in the state of Missouri. And as you know, football is back. Had some games last night. Obviously, we have games tonight and through the weekend. And Underdog is the best place to select entries and win money all season long. And playing on Underdog is so easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. And once you get your entries right, you could win up to 1,000 times your cash. And you can play with as little as $1. And this is the time of year I love the Underdog app the most because you got baseball and football going on, and you can combine selections from both sports into one and see what you can do. So download the Underdog app now and sign up with promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hi, this is Megan, your friend and jeweler from Shane Company. Did you know not all warranties are created equal? At Shane Company, our free lifetime warranty is all-inclusive and even protects the diamond in your engagement ring. We can offer such an incredible warranty because our rings are crafted to last a lifetime. As your friend and jeweler, our gift to you is peace of mind. At Shane Company, we also cover unlimited repairs, resizings, and cleanings for free for life, saving you thousands over time. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic, semaglutide injection 0.5 milligrams.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brad's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where batteries are as low as $89.99. Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Brad is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready for your dream Las Vegas vacation? Enter BetMGM's Your Legendary Vegas Getaway, and you'll have the chance to win a customizable Las Vegas experience. It's easy to enter. Just sign up for a BetMGM account and download the app or log in with your existing account. Then place your bets on your favorite sports to earn up to 25 entries. You could win a trip to Vegas that includes an MGM Grand Stay, travel accommodations, resort credit, and your chance at an exclusive sports, entertainment, or club experience. experience. Score the Las Vegas trip of your dreams by entering BetMGM's Your Legendary Vegas Getaway, and you could be on your way to your perfect Vegas vacation. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Please make sure to read our full terms and conditions before participating in this promotion. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 southbound slows around the Churchill Trafficway down towards Antioch. Past that, no delays into downtown. Kansas side 70 eastbound, a little sluggish at 435 with construction taking away the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back at it on a Friday morning in Kansas City. Chiefs play preseason game number 3. That's it. We're done.
Check out Mitch Holthus's latest tweet, guys. Somebody painted Mitch's face on the side of their Chiefs bus. Hey, Ralph, ante up, brother. Put Mac on the bus.
Then they have a little pop-up video. Doubt the Chiefs, dislike the Chiefs, disrespect the Chiefs. You're gonna have to deal with the Chiefs.
I love it. I hope that's the refrain this year too. Dealing with the Chiefs. Yet, have you finished the Kingdom yet, Mac? Have you finished it? Did you like the way it ended?
I love
the way it ended. Right? Did you just take your shirt off and run around the neighborhood like I did?
Absolutely.
Because I know I did.
The Chris Jones speech got you, didn't it?
Yeah,
how
was
could
awesome.
it not? See you at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Done.
Dude.
Close the documentary. That was it. I mean, it was fantastic. Somebody texted me yesterday, do you think the Kingdom documentary jinxed the three-peat? I was like, oh, no.
No, I didn't.
And then they did say you and the captain's hat looked really good on radio.
Yeah, they got a great shot of that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You didn't see Mac because he was running around like an intern at a law office grabbing interviews. No, you were the real MVP that weekend.
Mac's running around having, everybody and anybody come onto the table.
Awesome.
Yeah. Dusty and I sitting there like idiots.
Mac's awesome.
Nice
you got
captain's
who?
hat.
Thanks. Go get me some more chicken wings from Bounty. Yeah, no, we both did
we
that.
were sick of those chicken wings.
Did you see? I never dove into the chicken wings.
Oh man, three times that week.
Every time I went over there was some fat ass with a stack of chicken wing boxes. No, it
I
was
just put
not.
on disguise so you wouldn't know.
Like there's nothing.
That's me in that Mitch photo.
People taking away the free food is ridiculous. Like have one order of it, man. And like these people would take 10 orders of these chicken wings and walk around the radio row with them.
I think every day Mac and I went and got wings, and then I went to the golf simulator to see if I get a hole in one.
Yeah, that was it.
There was a golf simulator there.
Oh yeah,
just a different trip. Bob, meanwhile, laying in a massage chair, getting his feet.
That was great. See, we was good
I had
pressurized
massage
legs. It was good until
Get me out of here.
Well, until the guy wouldn't get me out of it. It's like, all right, will you like this? Give me your credit card. I'm like,
what? I've never seen anybody so relaxed and so just like freaked out in a matter of like 10 seconds. He was like, oh, it's great. And he's like, we need to leave. We need to get out now. We need to go.
It was time. It was definitely time. Yeah.
No, that was fun.
But you do a lot of running and all that kind of stuff. Your legs throb, right? And I was trying to figure out, so that's why I sleep with the weighted blanket at night on the legs and that
you
kind
were
of nature.
also fortunate enough that was like your 5th Super Bowl, and like we're two like kids in a candy store. Like we don't need we what now? They're like, here's the plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Breathe, guys. We're like, yes, Dad.
Take a deep breath. We're meeting VIP later. Just chill.
Keep your arms to your side. Don't touch anything.
Go get all the chicken wings you want, but don't make a fool of yourself. Like, people have no shame.
Oh, they did not.
I mean, especially media slobs.
Oh, of course.
I mean, some of the slobbiest slobs we know are in our industry, right? And they are just taking the free food.
Oh, dude, yeah. One of those days was like, hey, we're running out of wings, so just try and take one box. Yeah, I have 4 boxes.
Yeah, come on, man.
He's like, well, normally I take 8.
No, he didn't. Did he say that? I only we get 4 boxes of wings?
Exactly.
How many wings were in each box?
5 or 6?
I think 5, yeah.
So 5 wings. That's all you need.
That is a fine portion.
The best part was every day it was a different dipping sauce.
Yeah.
So you were kind of like Mysterion and inside that box. Like,
barbecue.
today it's buffalo and a chili lime.
I have no problem with each day grabbing a box of wings.
Yeah, that's all it was. Mac and I'd go up there and be like, you ready?
It's
Like,
fine.
yeah.
You get your limit, right? You do your thing. It's 1 per person. These people who, oh, God, it's just
Some guy came into like the
disgusting.
Radio Row like bathroom with Mac and I, and then the guy's like, God, the hell's that smell? I was like, dude, some guy from like our rival was in here just blazing, dude. I think he went that way.
Yeah.
He's got a mullet. Like, all right, we're gonna go get him right now.
Did they get him? Did they get him? Yeah.
We fooled him back. Let's go get those wings, man.
The other thing about that Super Bowl that I was going to talk about is something I forgot now, so we can move on.
Somebody says those Mr. Goodson's party tray disappear fast. Dude, they do.
Yeah.
My buddy gets those for like swimming parties. He gets like the boxes of them. And by the, like, there's like 40 sub sandwiches, right? Like 8 adults, like 8 kids, 9 kids at the pool. And all of a sudden, you go.
They're all cut small, though.
They're like the little quarters.
Yeah, right.
But
yeah.
like, we as,
How many of those are you supposed to eat?
So my limit is 3.
Okay, no, you got to have a limit, though. Like, that's a legit question.
Yeah.
How many of those?
Two is essentially like half a sub. And then a third one's like the full, but not the full, so I feel morally okay.
Oh,
and then my buddy will be like, dude, take a box with you. I need to get these out of my house. And I'm like, that's not going to happen because I'll be in my room just like, because like that bread at Good Sense is so soft and like everything. I don't know, man. I get weird at them. So anyways, the Chiefs play tonight, 7:20, 96.5 The Fan, preseason game number 3 against Max Bears. And
he is a Eagles fan.
No, he's a Roseman fan, not
exactly.
Eagles
Come on,
fan.
get it right.
Get it right. If you're gonna
Caleb Williams fan.
put some spec on his name. Respect. So like anyways, yesterday the conversation that kind of circled around the Chiefs is that they had been making calls around the league about a running back, and then all of a sudden, as goofy as we get, we start thinking, okay, who's a running back that might fit this system? Who's an RB2 somewhere that maybe a team would be okay going? We talked yesterday about Rashard White in Tampa Bay, local kid, Center High School, plays a system that kind of could be Andy Reid. They kind of like Bucky Irving, but again, we know that the staple in the NFL is you kind of need 2 running backs.
Well, yeah, if you have a 1 and a 2 like Tampa, why would you want to trade either of those guys?
They've got another great running back in Sean Tucker.
So you got 3. You're probably going to need all 3 as the season goes along in the NFL.
So then you go to New York, and all of a sudden the name Breece Hall starts to come around and start making conversations. Breece Hall, very disappointing year last year.
Yeah.
There's no secret. The New York Jets were a complete
hard to judge somebody if you played for the
Right.
Jets.
And so they look at that, and we see that Sauce Gardner gets paid. We see that Garrett Wilson gets paid. We see they bring in Justin Fields. And Breece Hall is kind of on this island where 2 years ago, Breece Hall was the guy that everybody was like, man, I'm glad I got this guy in the 3rd round of fantasy.
Well, you know who his
really
quarterback was, though?
Correct.
Was Zach Wilson that year, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Breece Hall showed signs of being a good running back. Can catch the ball in the backfield, can have explosion plays through the offensive line. And then you start peeling the onion back to more running backs. And the name Algier comes up, man, out of Atlanta. We know that Bijan Robinson is going to be the featured back, the superstar, everything. But we know that Algier was the guy that they kind of used to kind of give him breaks, to kind of use that tandem of 1 and 2. Why would you leave Atlanta? Well, you're not the main guy. You come to Kansas City, you would be the main guy. There would still be Pacheco as well. But then you have to kind of look at the roster that you currently have. And what we've seen from Pacheco so far in this preseason is that he's looked like him old self. The explosion's there. The readiness is there. We know he's on a contract year, wants to get paid. So there's that added bonus, too, as we've always heard Trez Paylor say in the back of our minds. Contract year is what? Undefeated.
It always is. Has been for 100 years in sports. It's unbelievable.
Are you guys team go find a running back?
No.
And make it, okay.
I'm not. I'm just not.
You're staying pat.
It just doesn't move the needle for me. Like, it's just, there's too much of an acquisition. Now, if somebody gets cut and there's somebody out there that you're like, oh, okay, I like this guy because he was cut, I'm all for that. There's a couple of reasons. Number one, acquisition costs. I'm not into paying for a running back. It's just not my thing, right? I'm different than everybody else, and everybody can have their take on that and how they view it. But for me, I'm just not investing in that running back position. I still think it's a fool's gold position. I look at the track record. This is year 13 of Andy Reid. He's made it work very well with running backs that you've never heard of before. I don't want to give up draft collateral. If I'm Clark Hunt, I look at Brett Veach every time he comes to me with a trade of a draft pick, and I say, man, you're so good at drafting. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to give up the lifeblood of the franchise for this player. That's how I would be if I was Clark. I'd be like, sorry, bro, like you've aced the test, and are you sure you want to give up the extra credit and all that kind of stuff and whatnot? I'd be like, nah, are you sure you want to make that pick? So I don't want to give up the collateral of draft picks because they've been so valuable. And then again, if you're trading for a running back, these guys want to get paid. You can't make a trade, let's just say for Breece Hall, and not then extend his contract, because then you have the same unhappiness here as you had in New York, and I'm not in the business of paying a running back that kind of money. So for me, I would just kind of stand pat unless somebody is released that you really like, that you think can make the roster better. I'm just not into giving up things and then spending money on top of it at a position that I just personally don't value all that much anymore. And that's me. Now, you may have a different take. You may have a different take. Veach may have a different take. But where I sit and where I look at the game right now, I just can't invest a lot in a position that I just don't think is that valuable.
No, I get that. I get from the running back standpoint, it is not a valuable position. I don't think I could make that case that it is, but the case that I could make is the domino effect that the running back position has. When we talk about protecting the quarterback, we so often talk about the 5 guys up front. A running game, just as much as those 5 guys, protects the quarterback.
No doubt.
Because it keeps that defense honest. The Chiefs have not had that. You name it, win. It's been a minute since they've had a really
Kareem.
But also too, like, does Andy want that? Like we sit here till we're blue in the face talking about this.
But it's more than running. It's the fact that they can go out and pass catch too.
But they've had those guys the last couple of years, though.
No, they haven't. Pacheco and
Jerick McKinnon, Samaje Perine.
Maybe
not last year.
McKinnon was like 3 plays a game, though. Like, imagine if you had a guy that you could throw out there 10 routes a game.
Yeah, that's a lot. You say that number, but that's a big number. I think 3 routes a game for a running back.
That doesn't mean he's getting the ball every play, but that takes away a linebacker, which opens up the middle of the field where you have guys like Rice that are yak guys like Kelsey that are getting veterans. That moves the middle of the field because you have to trust that outside option, which before, if Pacheco goes outside, it's like, our DN can go one-on-one with that guy. If he catches it, he's going to catch in the backfield. Then it's just like stopping the run.
Then send Kareem Hunt out in those patterns. Send the Elijah Mitchell kid. Anymore, send the kid from SMU out in those patterns.
Valid point, but that's a rookie.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's the NFL. The NFL's different. Like, you're a rookie. You better contribute in the NFL. In baseball, we'll see you in 6 years. Go work on your oblique, But in football, you're a rookie. Hey, we expect you to go out there like Jackson Dart. Go win football games.
Yeah, again, about protecting the quarterback. They're not going to send Brashard Smith out there, which I love Brashard Smith. I'm all in there. Not going to send him out there, I would not think, until they know that they can trust him as a pass protector, which takes time.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that a rookie running back does take time in, and coaches and quarterbacks aren't going to play someone who can't protect him. Kareem Hunt, I get this from Carrington Harrison. I don't have the exact tweet in front of me, but I'll use the same stats he used. Kareem Hunt had 3 less carries than Devon Achane in 4 less games, or had 7 less carries than Bucky Irving in 4 less games. 7 carries less than Ramondre Stevenson, 7 carries less than James Cook, 9 carries less than Breece Hall. Like, these are running backs that we think like run the ball a lot. Chiefs ran the ball like a decent amount with Kareem Hunt. Like, we talk about, Andy Reid doesn't do that. They tried to. They could not. And it was a hindrance on their ceiling as an offense.
Why do you think? Because it's not – it wasn't unique to last year. I mean, Josh and I have talked about this for 10 years now with this running situation here in Kansas City, right?
Yep.
So why is it then? Why is it no matter who that running back is – that guy doesn't really have an effective role on this team? And so that's the body of work that I look at. I look at what Andy Reid has done truly with running backs in this organization, and I go, doesn't really do a whole lot. But when you need them there, they win. They win Super Bowls. They do their thing. And so for me, like, it's more of a luxury than it is a need for this team. That's kind of how I look at it.
I will say, to Mac's credit, before we get to one word, it is a domino effect. And I know that can also start with the offensive line. But when was Patrick Mahomes at his best? It was when he had Kareem Hunt being able to not only run the ball, but get open and catch passes, and then use that running skill set to then move down the field as well. We saw when they played the New England Patriots, when Kareem Hunt was a rookie, and they threw that pass for the middle, and then all of a sudden, in like weeks 2, 3, and 4, it was like, watch everybody copy this play. And everybody did, because that availability did that. That also... The offensive line helps the running game. It helps Patrick Mahomes. The running game, I'm not saying is where we're going to get the guy the ball and try to get, 15 to 20 handoffs a game and get, 89, 90 yards. That'd be great. But I don't know if that's there with the 2 guys we have. I know they can get the tough yards. I know they can close games out. But a better running game and a better, more stylistic running back can also help Patrick Mahomes. It also helps Rashee Rice. It also helps Xavier Worthy, because then you could, motion Xavier Worthy back there with a running back. You're like, they may give it to him, but if they give it to Xavier Worthy and I'm one step off, that cat's gone.
What do you think Patrick Mahomes would tell you his best year was? Because I would argue that his best year was the 11-6 year when he had to figure out ways to win games.
I'm going statistically.
Okay, statistically, yeah. But I'm going like
it was 2018.
Yeah, but if you were to ask Patrick Mahomes what his best year was, I bet he would say that 11-6 season because he had to figure out ways to win that year, and that was a tough year to win.
So that was 2023.
Was that 23 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I would say 22. Yeah, 22 or 23.
Yeah.
But I think what Dusty's saying, for his point, makes sense. He was the most free. He had the most options. But, yeah, he didn't know as much. He didn't learn as much.
Yeah.
Imagine with the knowledge that he has, if he had a weapon like a prime Kareem Hunt. Oh, dude.
GG's.
GG's.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
We'll start on the gridiron. One word on the Chiefs' last preseason game tonight.
Starters. You say 2 series. I'm going 1 play. I'm going to take the extreme other side of this one. They'll all run out there, they'll do a play, then all of a sudden we'll see like a mass change, you know?
Informative. I think if starters are playing, we're going to see some stuff that maybe they're going to throw Joshua Simmons' way, where it's like, hey, man, let's see if you can run this misdirection. Mahomes starts right, comes back left. There's Xavier Worthy. Maybe see a sprinkle of some stuff we might see. It could be a little bit more informative than we think, being the 3rd preseason game of the season and the one and only in front of the home crowd. Are the cars already lined up? I want to know.
Not for a preseason game. No way. Really? Are they?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I can put the local news on.
No.
Randy Scott's out here, been here since 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's ready for the Chiefs.
Preseason, though. Really?
Oh, well.
I don't know. One word on Patrick Mahomes. Speaking on this offense.
You heard Coach Reed say it a little bit earlier. We're just dynamic at every single position. Running back, tight end, receiver, offensive line. We got guys everywhere that can make plays happen. And so we want to still be surgical, and we want to still be great on 3rd down in the red zone, stuff like that. But we want to bring the big play back, and we think we got the guys to do it. And so it's my job to give these guys chances to go out there and make big plays. So a lot of deep passes to Travis and let him go out there and make plays.
We're ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Deep passes to Travis. I love it.
So that's great.
Yeah, we think we're the best. We piss excellence. Truth. Finally. That's what I want to hear. I want that. That was a rally yesterday. There was a luncheon or something they had. And so you kind of do that kind of fun stuff at the luncheons and get everybody fired up. But that's how they're thinking. We're dynamic at every position right now.
All right, Chiefs Insider. People are already lined up.
Oh, there we go.
They are.
I told you, dude.
Wow,
there we go.
for a preseason game.
This town's goofy, and I'm here for it. My one word is LeBron.
LeBron James.
When did LeBron say when he went to Miami? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
Exactly.
That's now not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4 times we've heard Mahomes reference this sort of narrative. We want to get back to the big plays.
Yep.
We want to get back. Up and Adams, other people's show, luncheon. LeBron, he wants to get back to that. He's itching. He's pining. He wants that rush again. You know, that's not the first time, nor the second, not the third. Just now, like 4 or 5 times, we've heard Mahomes say the exact same thing.
Yeah, we've been telling you that's the plan since March, maybe, when we kind of regrouped and everybody said it's time to unleash this thing again and go deep and have fun. And that's what they want to do. That's why we've been telling you that's what they're going to do for a while now, is they want to get the deep ball back into their repertoire. They want to have that kind of fun that they had in 2018. And look, I think they will, because as Mitch always says, you can doubt the Chiefs, but you have to deal with the Chiefs, right? And there's a lot of people probably out there nationally. I just saw somebody tweet something out about there's analyst out there says the Chiefs are boring and all this kind of stuff. Keep saying it, man. Just keep saying that they're boring and they're not fun and they can't, because they're going to show you that they can. So continue to doubt the Chiefs, but you're still going to have to deal with the Chiefs, and you're going to deal with a Chiefs offense that's more 2018-like than it is 2024-like or 2023-like.
Yeah, speaking about that deep ball, we'll talk about Xavier Worthy. I talked to Field Yates yesterday. We'll hear that whole interview on Sunday on Fantasy Football Sunday, but we'll get a snippet of it. That deep ball, Xavier Worthy will be a big part of that. One word on the Royals, baby. 8 out of 10 on the home stand. What are we, game and a half or so back from the two now, and the wild card was 4 on Monday. Cut that in half. Big series coming up against Detroit. One word on the weekend series against the Tigers.
It is massive because this is a good team. You came back and you beat a couple of, sisters of the poor and whatnot. People can still say that kind of stuff. You go and beat the Tigers, now you're waking up somebody, man. Now you're waking up everybody. So it is a significant series for me this weekend.
It's a good word. I'll say challenging because text line this morning, there's still a few of you rotten eggs out there. Oh, cool, you guys are getting excited about the Royals beating a bad team. We'll see how they do in Detroit. You have a challenge. You have a challenge to shut these haters up. You have a challenge to go shut the MLB up. You have a challenge to shut all this doubt up. And you can go do that if you take 2 out of 3 against Detroit. Unfortunately, they don't get Skubal. And people say, how could you say that? Look up the Royals' record against Tarek Skubal. I like it. And I think this is a challenge for the Royals. Yeah, you took 3 out of 4 from Texas. You swept the White Sox. You took 2 out of 3 from the Washington Nationals. Now you get to go on the road with a bunch of confidence, a new team. Detroit's probably thinking, we got the division locked. What are we playing for? Home field advantage? Okay, that's fine. We get this team 6 times in the next 12 days. Let's see what happens. I'm excited. I'm ready. As Andy Reid says, we look forward to the challenge in Detroit.
Back on the gridiron, the Cowboys, man, they just make headlines. This Micah Parsons thing is not ending. He removed the Cowboys from his Twitter bio.
Lord, show me the light.
Yes, and then
so he'll sign today. Then
posted
Tuesday.
Posted a tweet with the peace sign. Micah 7-8. Even if I follow, rise. The Lord's my light. And then Jordan Schultz reporting that Micah Parsons just dropped an Allen Iverson sound on a new TikTok with the quote, "I'm a win wherever I go." So there you go. One word on the Micah Parsons drama ongoing.
Fake.
Oh, okay. Still there?
I am going to. Jerry said it, right? Things get boring, we stir it up. So I can't believe anything that anybody associated, near, close to, around the Dallas Cowboys organization has to say. So I'm going fake. He'll end up re-signing with the Dallas Cowboys. Same song and dance we see all the time. This is what Jerry Jones does. And as Ben Maller has told us, Sunday morning before that first weekend of the NFL season, Jay Glazer will be on that set on Fox saying Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys have come to a long-term contract extension. Oh, you removed somebody from Twitter. So mature.
Typical for Dallas. I don't want to get burned by Micah Parsons because I am really hoping, ever since you brought up that brilliant point, Mac, about how he's trying to stick it to the man of Jerry Jones. And because if he doesn't,
still think that.
If he doesn't, no one will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's gone as far as anyone comes. And if he comes back and leaves all this, and it's, yeah.
So you just want him to stick it to Jones because nobody's done it before? I'm kind of in that boat, too.
100%.
I'd like to see it happen. Jones
deserves that.
He absolutely does deserve that.
And Micah Parsons deserves way better than this.
Jerry Jones claims he offered Micah Parsons the highest contract of any non-quarterback in the NFL. Not buying it.
No.
Sorry, Jerry. Everything you say to me is laced with fallacies because you said that when things get going, you stir it up. So I hate to say, I can't believe a word that Jerry Jones says.
Who's having sex with Jerry Jones?
I was about to play that too.
Yeah. No, I really hope Micah does. I hope he sticks it to the man.
I would love it. I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like he's going to.
And just whatever you do, please don't go to Vegas. Please don't go to Vegas.
No.
Coming up on the other side, we get to the out of left field question here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure where to start? Selling a home can feel overwhelming, especially if you're facing foreclosure, a divorce, an inherited property you don't want, or just need to move quickly. But you don't have to figure it out alone. Rex Buys KC is here to help. As a local home buyer, I understand the Kansas City market inside and out. My family and I live right here, so I know the neighborhoods, the trends, and the challenges homeowners face. That's why I take a consultative approach, helping you explore your options and find the best path forward. We buy houses in any condition, no need for repairs, no agent commissions, and no hidden fees. You'll receive a fair cash offer with a closing timeline that works for you. Whether that's in as little as 7 days or at your own pace, just a simple, hassle-free process designed around your needs. If you're ready to talk through your options, call me today at 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Let's find the right solution for you. Rex Buys KC. Local, fair, and focused on you.
For children who've experienced abuse or neglect, life can be full of uncertainty, but one caring adult stands by their side, offering support, stability, and a voice in court.
In being a CASA, you make a difference, even if it's just one child.
Get involved. You'll never know how you can affect someone's life.
Hundreds of children are waiting for someone like you to speak up for them. Be a CASA. Be the constant in a child's life.
To find a local CASA program in your community, visit kansascasa.org.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brad's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where batteries are as low as $89.99. Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Brad is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and 95th and Knoll. And for a limited time, you can get 4 incredible Booth Creek top sirloins for just $99. These mouth-watering premium cuts are available at both locations or online at boothcreekwagyu.com. It's the perfect time and perfect price to upgrade your beef. Booth Creek Wagyu, open 7 days a week.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 southbound, heavy from Vivian down towards Antioch, Kansas side. Pretty slow on 70 eastbound around 110th Street. Crawls over towards 435 with construction in the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
here on a Friday. Chiefs, Royals, K-State all in action, plus KU in action as well. K-State plays Iowa State at 11 live in Dublin. Woo! KU plays Fresno State at 5. Royals play Detroit tonight at 6:10 on 6:10 a.m. with Vern's on Deck show starting at 5 o'clock. And the Chiefs play at 7:20 tonight on 96.5 The Fan. So you are loaded with sports for the next 48 hours. And now we are loaded with the left field question. All right. Bob, this is going to be tough for you because I feel like you're a little bit longer in life than we are, and you've done this job a little bit longer than we have, so maybe it'll affect certain things. But the Out of Left Field question today, sponsored by no one, but somebody could step up, 913-586-7965. If you could send your younger self a message, what would it be? Again, the question is, from Out of Left Field, if you could send your younger self a message, what would it be?
So my wife sent me this video yesterday or the day before of this woman. Her last name is Robbins, and I don't know what her first name is.
Tim.
It's not, but you would think, right? And she had this message that my wife wanted to send to me, and I you listen to it and whatnot, and it was like, let go of the sword, right? Like, don't go in every day into every situation looking for something to go wrong or looking for a reason to be mad or looking for a reason to be upset. And I thought that's a good message. And because, when I get behind the wheel, I'm looking for give somebody the finger right away, right? Like it's a mess out there. So I heard that video and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let go of the sword here. I'm not going to go into this kind of stuff, getting all angry and worrying about stuff that at the end of the day really doesn't impact my life. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing a lot of reading of Arnold's stuff lately, right? Arnold, I'll be back, right? And his message today was all about stress and kind of just letting those things go and not getting caught up and not letting those things affect your day and all that kind of stuff. Right. And so I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, I can give advice all day, man. It's taking the advice that's the difficult part. So trying to find a way to let go of that sword and not get so worked up over stuff that's so trivial.
Mm-hmm. Mac, if you could send your younger self a message, what would it be?
You don't know everything.
That's a great one.
Shut up. Listen.
It's true. The older you get, the more you realize you don't know a damn thing.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it started for me probably 4 or 5 years ago where I was just like left college or whatever, started living on my own. I was just like, oh, my God, I don't know. And now each year it's been learning the more that I don't know, right?
So that's life, though. That's a good thing that you're having those moments where there are some people who never get to that level. They just think they have all the answers for everything, right?
That's crazy.
And the older you get, the more you realize you don't have an answer to anything. You know nothing. And the sooner you can embrace that, the better off you're going to be. Because I remember when I first got out of college, I had all the answers in the world. I know everything, right? I just got out of college. I got all the answers.
Yeah.
You realize fast. No, you don't.
No, yeah, exactly.
No,
really quick.
Embrace old people too, Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, because they've seen it all.
Yeah, 100%.
913-586-7965.
Why do you think I talked to Maloney? I like old people.
Why do you think I talked to you? No,
yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Just kidding.
Out of left field question, 913-586-7965. If you could send your younger self a message, what would it be? I think mine's pretty simple.
Okay.
Take high school seriously.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
If I could go back, I would do better in school. I would take those college courses because that would expedite my life. I waited too long to get started with what I wanted to really, truly do. Non-traditional college student, love to party, love to chase tail, love to be funny, love to do all this stuff. And then one day I realized, like, hey, man, you're not getting younger. And if you would have taken things a little bit more seriously through your, academic-wise in high school, and, taking that seriously, got into a college that you wanted to get into, expedited your way, instead of waiting until you were 24 to graduate college, and got into the industry a little bit earlier. Now, I'm so fortunate for everything that I have accomplished and everything that's, been provided for me from this station, from family and all that sort of stuff. But, maybe things are different. Maybe things are, more along the way than maybe they should have been. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely go back to high school and take it way more seriously, have a better GPA, have college courses taken out, 4 courses, have almost a half of a semester done before I even entered college. And then when I got to college, it was fun. I took classes that I liked. I paid attention. I was older. I focused. I was like, you're actually a pretty good student. Who'd have thought? Where in high school, I was like, Dusty Likens, here.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Cool, dude. No one thinks that's funny except you. A lot of times you find yourself laughing at yourself, and nobody else is
yourself.
laughing.
And I had that moment actually this week with that kid that we saw getting body slammed.
Oh.
Put yourself back in high school. There was a kid at a high school who hit a teacher. And so the resource officer body slammed this guy. I mean, like, it was
Ray Lewis.
Oh, my God. Like, I don't think I've seen a hit that hard on an NFL field. I'm being honest. It was very scary, right? Picked the kid up and slammed him down. And the entire student body cheered. And I thought to myself, man, what would we have done if we were back in high school? Like, would we have been laughing at this guy? Would we have been egging this guy on? How would we have been kind of behaving? And it was really cool to see all the students cheer when that guy got body slammed, because I think that guy was probably trying to, at first, maybe get a laugh, get attention. He's clearly a soul that needs help, though. He needs help. He needs parenting. He needs a friend. He needs somebody. Then everybody cheered when he got body slammed because he was being a jerk to the teacher.
Yeah, because he's being an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you act like that, and you think you're being funny, and then you get to a certain point where you're like, this has gone too far. You're getting body slammed by the student resource officer, and you wonder, you say they're laughing, you're laughing at yourself. That kid probably thought he was getting laughs and it was fun.
Oh.
And then he got body slammed, and the whole place cheered because they're like, finally, get this kid out of here, man.
Going to the text line, 913-586-7965, you could send a message to your younger self. What would it be? I would have told my younger self to invest in retirement as soon as you draw your first paycheck.
I had that conversation with somebody yesterday, and I kind of did. I made $16.5 in my first job. Here's $1 for this or $1 for that, or just something to kind of get moving. That is great advice. Now, I will say this, the advice to give to your younger self, I've often thought as I've gotten older, like, what would you do differently? I really like where I am in my life right now, and if I would have done something differently, maybe I'm not here at this point in time, So I think more about that. Like, man, if I would have just changed this, but maybe I don't have my daughters.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have my wife. Maybe I don't have whatever.
I get that, man.
That's funny because the text line from the 816 says, tell my younger self to do it all again the same way. The good and the bad, because it led me to my wife and my 2 daughters, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Absolutely. Like, people ask
Great
me all
text.
the time, like, what's the best decision you've made in your life? And honest to God, the best decision that I made was choosing to go to KU. Because if I didn't choose to go to KU, most people would say and joke about this, that I wouldn't be sitting here right now. You'd be all happy about that. I wouldn't have my wife. I wouldn't have my kids. So, like, it's just weird when you start to think back about that stuff, about how, there's some stuff you wish you wouldn't have done, but where you are now and looking back, I don't know that I would change really. Like, I wouldn't even change the St. Louis years because it got me back to here, where I had to leave a toxic situation to go to St. Louis, which became a toxier situation. And then I came back. Scott Parks told me one time, sometimes you got to go away to get back to where you want to go. And that was some of the best advice he gave me in 1997 when I was an intern and he was a part-time board op. And it was great advice, and I've always remembered that. And so, like, even the things that happen bad happen for a reason, and they end up leading you to kind of where you are now. So I think about that all the time, because once you have the kids, you're like, man, if I would have done anything differently, I don't have this.
The only advice Scott Parks ever told me is, he goes, you know how I know you're going to make it in radio, Dusty? I said, how's that, Scotty? He goes, because you're sick and twisted, and so am I, and here I still am.
We actually had a conversation about that recently, Scott and I. You got to be warped in the head to do this job.
I love that, man. From the 816, I tell my younger self to use protection. From the 816, don't follow the crowd. Follow your dreams.
That's a good one, too. We all get kind of caught up in what we think we should be as opposed to what we really want to be.
From the 913, stealing a quote from a Marvel movie, but I would tell my younger self, no amount of money ever bought a second of time.
That's right. I get more sentimental with time as the days go on, man.
Somebody says, 816, I tell my younger self a life lesson. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing either. Stop worrying about what other people think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. That's a good one. Easier said than done, though,
still
too.
struggle with that.
Somebody says, I tell my younger self, buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, dude. Invest in Apple.
Yeah. 816, I would have gone to a different college. I paid way too much for a degree. I could have gotten somewhere else. And honestly, student loans are a hot topic, but that debt is brutal.
It is. I get all that, but, like, where did your college lead you, right? Like, you probably could have paid less, but maybe you don't have the same experience.
Yeah, I wouldn't give anything for that.
I wouldn't trade anything for
that.
going to K. I love my 4 years there. I don't, like, education-wise, I had some good classes, some great professors and whatnot, but it's all about the relationships you make. Like my baseball trip, like these guys I've known for 30 years, we've been, friends and whatnot, and Now their ex-girlfriends are teaching my kids.
That is the out of left field question here on Fescoe and Dusty, 913-586-7965. A message we were given to our older selves. Can you please tell my dad, Sean, a.k.a. Hot Rod, happy birthday. He turns 46
Hot Rod's
today.
Listening?
That's right, baby. He's always listening every day. Or, Dusty, could you give him a moan?
Hot Rod was not 46 years old, though. That guy had to be in his 60s.
Well, there might be another Hot Rod.
Could be
You think there's
Hot
two
Rod.
guys going with the moniker of Hot Rod? I mean, that guy had a gold jacket on.
That was awesome.
At EL Fins, is that right? EL Fins?
Fins.
That was
It was
Fins.
Fins. Yeah.
Fins.
Yeah.
Fins.
So good.
Fins. What was the? Oh God! Now it's going to drive me.
We saw Hot Rod and Michael Strahan walk in at the same time, and we went towards Hot Rod.
Yeah.
He goes, "You want this jacket? Put my number down. I'll call into your show. I've got it in my phone."
Call Hot Rod right now. See what he's seriously,
would,
Mac.
you
Call
know.
him off the air and be like, "Hey, these are the guys from the radio station we met at Finn's in New Orleans. You want to come out and talk about your gold jacket?"
He'd be like, "Who the hell is
See,
this?"
I just want to hear his reaction, not on the air, but you call and go, "Hey, Hot Rod, it's Mac from New Orleans."
JT Noah texts in and says, "Don't take everything to heart. Take it as a lesson and learn from it." I can't end it any better way than that. Shout out JT Noah. Hopefully the new house is coming along just fine.
Way to go, JT.
It is 8 o'clock here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan with Mac Morey as well. And coming up on the other side, Mac's got a Chiefs question because we are 14 days away from kickoff to the real season here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. I know that I'm hard.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, here we go into those fall months, and you know what the most important thing you need to be doing for your yard is seeding this fall, because that's going to set you up for a beautiful lawn in the spring. And my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have already put our fall seeding plan in place, and it's time for you to have your fall seeding plan put in place by Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Earlier in the week, Jake was out looking at the yard, kind of just walking through, not doing anything with a lawnmower or anything like that, just checking out the lawn and checking out the progress. And he called me. He goes, "Man, what do you think?" I said, "I think it looks great." He goes, "Yeah, I do too. It's night and day from when we started." I go, "Yeah, it really looks good." He goes, "All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one more round of fertilizer this week, which we did on Wednesday, and then we're going to schedule you for September 8th to get that fall seeding done." I said, "I can't wait, because I know fall is the best time for seeding the yard. Aspen's professional seeding fills in the bare spots, strengthens the weak areas, helps reduce weeds, and sets the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. And it's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all year long. And Aspen right now is going to give you 10% off all of that fall seeding when you mention this ad. So don't wait. Fall seeding is short, and the best window is closing fast. Get an appointment now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit savealifenow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Bob Fescoe, and I'm here to tell you about the fantastic program called Blue KC Coaches with Character. Through this program, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, the Royals and I are continuing to team up to honor local high school coaches who are making a difference in the Kansas City community. And the best part is, you get to nominate them. This month's Blue KC Coaches with Character recipient is Schlegel High School head cheerleading coach DeWanda Dawn. For the past 6 years, DeWanda has revolutionized the cheerleading program from just a few participants to a full squad, learning how to excel both in competition and in life. She's used the success to help spark a movement to revitalize girls' sports at Schlegel High School and to help uplift and empower female athletes. It's always been her priority to create an environment where everyone feels seen and valued. The commitment she shows to her student athletes is evident from her determination to integrate students with learning and physical disabilities into various programs designed to help them succeed. DeWanda's positive influence is continually on display through her mannerisms. She always reminds her cheerleaders that they are capable of greatness. To her, sometimes students need someone in their corner believing in them before they can fully believe in themselves. She cherishes the opportunity to be that person to assist when they need it most. Her coaching style has always been built on a family-first approach. She believes everyone deserves a voice and encourages her cheerleaders to share their opinions, perspectives, and thoughts to help develop the best plan and strategy. She keeps it simple by reminding everyone that they're one big team. If anyone is struggling, show them support. And if anyone needs help, step up and work together to accomplish the task at hand. DeWanda strives to create a culture of excellence, character, and community. The impact she's having on those around her is the same type of impact she hopes her student athletes will one day pass along to their own neighborhoods. If you know a high school coach who makes Kansas City a better place to live, work, and play, nominate them to be recognized for the Blue KC Coaches with Character program. Go online to www.bluekc.com/nominate coaches with character.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER forward and back.
Almost Andy Reid here. Renner Garage Door has proudly served KC for nearly 70 years. Get your free estimate today. RENNER forward and back.
RENNER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 southbound, off again, on again, heavy, approaching Vivian, very slow, and slows again from the Sholto Trafficway down towards Antioch, stalled off to the shoulder. Kansas side 70 eastbound, approaching 435, slow with construction. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Have you watched Thy Royal Decree? How about Chiefs Take Tuesday? Or would you rather Wednesday? Follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for exclusive video content, giveaways, and behind-the-scenes action. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Powering through on a Friday, 2 hours into the show, 2 hours until happy hour starts. More like happy hours, am I right? Pretty good text here. We said the out of left field question was, obviously, if you consider your younger self a message. Why did I say obviously? The out of field left question was, you consider yourself your younger self a message, what would it be? Somebody from the 816 says, don't dwell on the past. You won't have to do or be who your parents were. Luckily, I've been able to be with the same woman for 10 years and married to my best friend. We have two beautiful little girls.
How long have you been married to her? Oh.
Hey. We have two beautiful girls, and they are our world. Being a girl dad is the absolute best. I'm sure Bob would agree. You guys are the best. Have a good weekend, fellas. Dusty, give it one hell of a moan.
Yeah.
Hold on to that water.
Yeah, no, he's
right. I don't know where the moan started. I think it's like after hours. I have no idea.
I'm actually glad, and I've told my wife this on numerous occasions. I'm glad I didn't have boys. I don't think it would have been as good for me to have boys because of the sports thing. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never had to decide whether or not they were going to play football. I'm so glad I didn't have to make that decision because I don't know. Sitting here, I don't know what that decision would have been. I really don't. I don't know what I would have done. At that point in time.
Oh yeah, Hannah and I have had arguments. We're not even there yet.
This text comes from the 816. Don't feel bad if your job lets you go. It probably wasn't their fault or yours. Make sure you keep the stadiums in Jackson County. Signed, Frank White. I might have made that one up.
That's good.
Nice.
Advice to yourself: don't double everybody's income tax and play nice with the Royals and Chiefs.
Oh god.
And don't listen to Caleb. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
No, but Mac, we're 14 days away.
14 Sammy Watkins days.
The Lizard Lord.
2 weeks to go.
I can't believe
dude,
that.
It's
man.
awesome, bro. I'm so excited. I'm ready. I'm pumped.
I know.
Are you going to be there?
I know that I'm hard.
Opening.
Yeah, you're going to be out there. You're going down to Brazil for the game.
I'm surprised he's not already in the. Be like, hey guys, I had to leave at 8 for the show.
Well, I mean, there are people lined up.
Absolutely,
there are people lined up.
Sources telling us they're already there.
It's unbelievable. It's a preseason game and they're already lined up. It doesn't get any better,
That's
man.
crazy. I love it.
It's unbelievable. Most people don't even go, let alone watch the preseason game. We got dudes lined up ready.
Hell yeah,
ready to get out there and tailgate today.
I mean, you think they're feeling
Friday?
You think they're feeling in their plums?
Yeah, of course.
But I always wonder, these late games, right? These 7 o'clock start games, and you get out there are you drinking the entire day? I need a rundown of what your day is like.
Well, 8 a.m., popping Adderall, start drinking. Then you get to about noon, you eat lunch.
Gates still aren't open.
You can still tailgate. You can still pop a grill
That's
up.
what I'm saying. Are you grilling in line?
Yeah, for sure. You're making food.
Sometimes we'll get there early, with the bus and Ralph and whatnot, and you'll get in there, and the line will be there before the gates open, right? That's like 20 maybe minutes we're waiting in line, right? You start the grill in line, get the coals going, so by the time you park, hey, they're ready to go, right? Like, that's the veteran move from that standpoint. But if you're out there 12 hours before the damn game starts on a Friday in the weather like the week, it's actually cooler now, but like, are you grilling the entire time? You got to eat. You can't just stand there.
People behind Mac and I's car be like, damn, dude, they're smoking meats out all morning long. We get out, we're like, what?
What are you saying?
Oh, dude.
All right, 14 days. Got to talk to Field Yates yesterday about fantasy football. You listen to that whole interview on Fantasy Football Sunday, 9 to 10. So I had a great conversation about sleepers, all that sort of stuff. But he had a comment about Xavier Worthy and like the different styles we've seen from him and what sort of Xavier Worthy we're going to get. And I thought this was a good conversation to talk about what are we getting at Xavier this season? What are his stats? And also, what's a disappointing season for him? Kind of a two-parter. This is Field Yates on Xavier.
The biggest question that I have about Xavier Worthy is, and this is in the non-if Rashee Rice is suspended category.
Hey, that's Field Yates.
Is what kind of player did the Chiefs want him to be this year? Really, where he thrived in fantasy last year was being basically Rashee Rice clone, right? Everything after the catch, most of it just, an extension of the running game. But he's 4.21 fast, the fastest player in the history of the combine. And the Chiefs want him to be the player we saw in the second half of the Super Bowl, where he's just, darting down the field and Patrick is throwing it as far as he can. There's a case that the former version, which is the, Rashee Rice clone, is better for fantasy, especially in PPR formats. But I do think that if you can get if you can get Xavier Worthy to have like an impact a la Tyreek Hill way back in the day, not to that degree probably,
course,
but if you can be Tyreek Hill 2.0 in terms of stretching the field, then he'll end up exceeding his current ranking of wide receiver 23.
You hit Field with the moan, dude. Right in his ear. And he didn't skip a beat. That's how you know Field's a pro.
Not to that.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I'm a bad influence.
It's contagious. But yeah, what Xavier are we getting? Are we getting the
Xavier, the Chiefsaholic guy?
What sort of Xavier Worthy are we getting? Are we getting the one in the Super Bowl? Are we getting the Rashee Rice clone, jet sweeps, yards after the catch? And which one do you want?
Rashee Rice or Tyreek Hill clone?
I'm lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I am. I'm completely lost. Like,
I'm sorry.
We went from a Tyreek Hill clone to a Rashee Rice clone to like.
Well, basically what he's saying is Xavier Worthy the same player that he was last year with a little bit more opportunity, or does he take that next step and become like a preferred route runner type of player that can get out there and do what Tyreek Hill did when he made his jump?
Yeah, I always seemingly give the player the benefit of the doubt that you can get better from year one to year two. So whatever that natural growth progression is, like everybody wants to put numbers on stuff. I don't. I'm not interested at all in stats because I think at times it can limit what you expect somebody to be able to do, right? And can limit their production. So what I want to see is Rashee Rice or Xavier Worthy, whoever we're talking about, kind of take that next step and not be that rookie, be that reliable guy from day one for Patrick Mahomes, right? Like, you can count on him. You're connecting on those plays that you were missing on last year where it seemed like something was off a tick and then we realized the offensive line wasn't blocking, and that's why everything was off a tick. So I expect like those plays that didn't get crisp last year with Worthy and Mahomes, I want to see those plays crisp this year with Worthy and Mahomes where he throws it up, Worthy runs under, catch it, just runs into the end zone, you don't miss a beat type stuff. Because I do feel like they were off. They were not in sync last year. And this is the year now with the offensive line back to where it should be. Now they can get in sync with each other, and they're making those plays that they left unmade last year.
I think last year we saw the unawareness of the sideline for Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, exactly.
And, Mahomes is one of those guys, like, this system is built on perfection. We talked about it earlier, Sky Moore. You miss a route by 1 yard, it's going to be a pick. You miss the field by half a foot. Talk to Baltimore. Game depends on it.
Oh, huge.
You look at, Xavier Worthy last year, a couple plays where, you're pulling your hair out. Like, gosh, you have to know the sideline's there, and it's a 65-yard pass. Now you've learned, you've also developed in the league. You know how teams are going to play against you. And not only that, you get to go to the genius mindset of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and be like, hey, if they're going to play you this way, here's what we're going to do.
And you had a whole off season with those guys too.
And not only that, but like the beneficial factor of Tyreek Hill is like we had a guy like you that could absolutely outrun everybody. Yes, different body type, big, bulky Tyreek Hill, whereas Xavier Worthy a little smaller, but you can run those similar routes. And if Xavier Worthy does that, I mean, God help defense in the NFL, because if he can go over the top and you can throw Hollywood Brown like medium over the top and Rashee Rice just underneath, and then you still have 87 who I haven't even mentioned. Like that, everything in this offense is a domino effect. Obviously, it starts with the offensive line, and then it's just a free-for-all.
Yeah, the offensive line needs to be, legit this year. We can't have conversations about the offensive line anymore. Like, if they didn't figure it out now, are they ever going to figure it out?
Yeah, because last year the offensive line was
a bad offensive line.
I think the fact that we're having this conversation about Xavier Worthy is so impressive, and it would not have entered my mind when they drafted him a season ago. Talking about, is he going to be the guy that we saw in the Super Bowl beating him for 50 yards?
Because we weren't together when they made that pick for.
Yeah,
Xavier
I liked that
Worthy.
pick. Yeah, I really liked Lad McConkey.
Taylor Swift loved that pick.
But I really liked Xavier Worthy too. So I was not mad about that pick at all.
Lad McConkey should have been a first-round pick.
He should have been a first-round. He's so good, dude. Duh. But yeah, exactly.
But like a top 15 pick.
I know. But it's like, whatever.
But we saw him be that guy who was 7 or 8 catches too, which I never thought could be the Xavier Worthy, like running curl routes, running intermediate stuff. So the fact that he's already here, and like you guys mentioned, like knowing where to be and where to be on the field, like we heard him talk about that on the Up and Adam show, talking about like, okay, I figured out the routes, I know the playbook, but now it's about Mahomes. Now it's about learning what Mahomes wants from his wide receivers. And I think he's done that all offseason. Like, his head's in the right place, dude. I think Field Yates is right, and the questions coming in on the text line about Xavier Worthy, I would overdraft him.
You would overdraft him.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, you know you're going to have at least
the Lad McConkey thing, like all these GMs that passed on this guy in the first round.
Dude.
Like Veach and Roseman are the only two that get like, okay, you pass, you're fine.
Yeah, you get a pass.
You get to pass him.
For
but
sure.
Those 30 other general managers who didn't take Lad McConkey.
What are you doing?
Like what the hell? You could have like, especially if you have a marginal at best quarterback like a Kyler Murray, like he could have been a great fit or something like that. Now I know you took Marvin Harrison Jr. But even still,
Trey
like
McBride.
but you could have used him. How much easier would Lad McConkey or would Kyler Murray's life have been if you have Lad McConkey or any quarterback, right? Take a young quarterback. Take a guy like Jackson Dart. He starts playing games. You need these veteran guys, these great players around you. Not that Lad was a veteran, but he clearly emerged into a veteran player like in week 1.
Yes.
Like literally in week 1, Lad McConkey was okay. He's
seasoned.
A vet.
Yep.
He's a seasoned vet. And he's a reliable guy. Like, I guarantee you there's a ton of teams kicking themselves for not drafting that guy. What?
Not.
There it is.
Mac Money. Coming up on the other side, the heart and soul of this Royals team is who, Bob? Don't say it yet. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control want your lawn to look awesome next spring. So why are you telling me about this now? Because now is the time to get your lawn in shape to look awesome when spring gets here. It's the fall feeding season, or fall feeding season, however you want to say it, for Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They're going to seed your lawn this fall to make it look great in the spring. And Aspen Lawn and Pest Control has done just an amazing job on our yard. I talk about these guys all the time because they took something that I didn't think could be fixed, and they've changed it into something that I can now really be proud of. We got a green lawn. The weeds are gone. The seeding is going to start on September 8th, and I can't wait for all of that new grass to grow. And as you know, fall is the best time to seed your lawn. And Aspen's professional seeding fills in the bare spots, strengthens the weak areas, helps reduce those weeds, and will set the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. It's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all year long. So schedule that seeding with Aspen now. They're going to give you 10% off all of your fall seeding, but just for a limited time when you mention this ad. Check them out at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
When enjoying family and friends this Labor Day, bring out the grill and bring out the Gates Barbecue Extra Hot Sauce. It's great on spinach, asparagus, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. While you're at it, be sure to use Gates Hot and Spicy seasonings on fresh fruit, vegetables, popcorn, nuts, or enhance your salad dressings with Gates Hot and Spicy seasoning for that extra flavor pop. Pick these up at your local grocer, and if you don't see them, ask for them. Make Gates Barbecue a part of your Labor Day. Gates Barbecue. Thanks. With love.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600, or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Bob's had the same car, Betty, since high school. And that was a while ago. Bob's dealt with wipers, slow starts, and a few warning lights. And every time, Bob went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped with free services and the right parts to keep Bob and Betty on the road. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or ROBSIGHC.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
670 eastbound, slowing into downtown, approaching 35. Off we get on again, slow down south towards Oak Street. Heading on the Kansas side, 70 eastbound, gets heavy past 110th Street. Stay slow over to 435 with roadwork in the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
our Richards of the week. I think we just saw about 8 of them here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. As we power through on a Friday. Coming up tonight, again, can't remind you enough, Royals on 6:10 a.m. starting at 5 o'clock with Vern's On Deck show. Chiefs on 96.5 The Fan, their game at 7:20. K-State tomorrow. They play at 11 o'clock in Dublin. You can hear that pregame show here on 96.5 The Fan. So I would say, home for Kansas City sports.
Everything you need
and
is right here.
3 really kind of interesting games throughout. Tonight, maybe a few starters play for a little bit. Royals go to Detroit. A lot of you haters out there and negativitors and doubters, disbelievers. Big team. They just won 8 of 10. But now you get to go to Detroit, and hopefully you can shut a lot of those people up, go win 2 out of 3, go to Chicago, sweep them, and then go right back to Detroit and try to take another 2 out of 3. And then we get to have a really interesting conversation, but we will get to that once they get away from Chicago. Let's get through these 6 games first. Let's start with these 3 versus Detroit. And there's no doubt that this team has been playing so much better since the All-Star break. You guys are following it. We all know it. And this was a little bit of Vinny Pasquantino talking yesterday in the clubhouse after the game and what the effect that has taken over the locker room.
Everybody wanted to rip on it when we got him, but can't deny the Frazier effect. So it's been great having these guys, having some experience. It's been good.
Road trip coming up, 9 games, 6 of which are against Detroit. I know you're taking it game by game. You guys stay where your feet are, but obviously a big series.
Yeah, I mean, we can't catch them, so we can get closer, but we can't. Like, we're not close enough to them right now. So I think that's the easy part is, hey, just got to take it one step at a time. We've got KT Mize tomorrow night. That's what we're focused on. So other than that, I'm not worried about anything else.
Are you a scoreboard watcher? Are you looking at the other people at this time of the year?
Maybe a little. But it doesn't affect it in any which way that I prepare. It's just fun to be a part of. It's fun I get to be a fan sometimes, or a hater, which based on how people talk to me online is kind of more fun. So being a hater can be kind of fun. But yeah, watch a little bit, but focused on what we're doing.
It's unbelievable to me.
I
Like
love
people
it.
just throwing shade at Vinny Pasquantino, like of all people. Like, you got to be a sick, twisted individual to throw shade at that guy.
I feel like, that guy is.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah, like Vinny, like he started slow. There's no doubt in our minds that he started slow, but he realized he was focusing more on the off the field stuff instead of the on the field stuff, and ended that quick. And since then, Vinny Pasquantino is the heart and soul of this ball club. We lose all 4 games to the Rangers if Vinny doesn't play, and those home runs were such an important part of winning these games against the Rangers. Hit 4 games in a row now where he's had a home run. Hits one tonight. He ties the Royals record with Sweendog and with Salvi, right? And so all of a sudden you're like, okay, Vinny's in some pretty good company right now, right here with this guy. You don't win those games against the Texas Rangers if Vinny Pasquantino doesn't hit those home runs. And so I am a big believer and a big proponent of Vinny. He's the heart and soul of this team. He is the one guy that this team needs in there day in and day out. And I'm also glad that he kind of led, I don't want to say credence, but kind of picked up where we left off yesterday with the addition of Adam Frazier. I told you yesterday that I heard from somebody else in Major League Baseball that the Adam Frazier addition was a huge addition for the clubhouse and getting kind of that clubhouse back to where it needed to be. It was kind of in disarray at that point in time. They went out and got that veteran leader in Adam Frazier, and since then, they're 18-12, okay? They're 6 games over 500 with the addition of Adam Frazier. And there were a lot of people, most of them dorks, that sat there and ripped the Adam Frazier move because they gave up Caleb Williams or whoever it was that they traded for him, and people were so infuriated that they gave up on a guy for Adam Frazier. Adam Frazier is just what the doctor ordered, and sometimes there are people that are on teams or in organizations or people that you even work with, because there are people in every office. You look around and go, what does that guy do here? And you realize he's that glue guy, the heart and soul of that organization, the lifeblood of that organization, and he does a lot here. Adam Frazier is one of those guys that does a lot just by his presence inside that clubhouse. But for me, Vinny Pasquantino on the homestand, they're showing his numbers on MLB Network right now. A 308 average, 6 homers, and 17 RBIs in 10 games. Vinny Pasquantino is the straw that stirs the drink. He is the heart and soul right now of this organization.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily like I definitely disagree, but I don't mean it in like a harmful way. I think Salvador Perez is the heart and soul of this team. I think Vinny Pasquantino is the Teflon or the body proof or the bulletproof armor of this team. The other night, this team wins all 4 of the games if Vinny Pasquantino makes that play at first. And he owned it. And I thought that was great. That's something that, the bulletproof, guy does. That's the guy that owns it. That's the guy that talks about it. And in back-to-back days, he talked about it. And whereas I think that, the leader of this team is Bobby Witt Jr., I think that the heart and soul of the team is Salvador Perez, where I think Vinny Pasquantino is kind of the protector, you could almost say, because Bobby Witt Jr. yesterday makes that error, and the game is tied. I mean, the Royals were literally up 4-1, and then that play by your superstar was the exact same thing that we saw the night before. A superstar made a play, they lost the game. Vinny took that loss that he put on his own self, and in the very next opportunity he had, he broke the tie with a home run to make it 5-4, and he saw that guy, Bobby Witt Jr., who could possibly finish in the top 3 in MVP this year. It'll probably be Judge or Raleigh, and then it could be Bobby Witt Jr. finishing 3rd. Look at his numbers. If you think I'm being biased, I'm not. He's going to put some numbers on the field that are absolutely just insane. And could also lead the team in batting average, where before it was like Michael's to lose, and now they're both almost flirting right at 300. I think Michael might be right at 300. I think Bobby Witt Jr. might be at like 296. And everything is starting to gel, and everybody's fitting into their place. And now what's even better is that you have this offense with a patient approach, with a powerful approach, putting runs on the board. 3 months ago, we're saying, God, can you please just let the Royals score 4 or 5 runs a game in one of these games instead of 2 or 3 or none? And now you've done, as we talked earlier with the Chiefs, a domino effect. The batting is starting to come around, has been coming around. And now the pitching go out there and be like, you know what? I can give up 3. I can give up 4. And I know this team's going to fight. We saw a couple times in the Texas series where Texas came out 2-0, 1-0. Noah Cameron, first inning, home run. Corey Seager, son of a gun. Or Wyatt Langford. The night before, same thing. Corey Seager, home run right field. You're like, damn, down 1-0. Maybe 2 months ago, you're like, this is going to be tough. Now you're seeing this team be able to put runs up, and then the pitching is like, okay, I have the trust of the lineup. They have the trust of me. That's a perfect marriage. Let's go out there and win 8 of 10. They did exactly that. And why they have done that is because they have created this morale in that locker room with what they already had, which was Salvador Perez, Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny Pasquantino, and others. And then you add in what they brought in the offseason, a Michael Wacha, a Seth Lugo, veteran leadership like that. What were they missing? Somebody to kind of get in that ass and be like, hey, you lost. Get over it. There's 119 more of these games. And that's what I think when we bring into this Frazier effect is the fact that, Cam Devernay was never going to do that.
I don't even know who he is. We keep going back to that guy's name, right? Like,
as much as we love Freddie Fermin was never going to do that.
Right.
And Adam Frazier, who, yes, 70% of this town hated him coming here, has not only brought his lumber with him to the yard and been a very productive bat and being able to get runners in home from scoring position. That was the one thing. We didn't care if they won 6-4 or 5-4. Just knock that guy in from second and third. They've been able to do that. They're winning more games at a consistent rate. And not only that, we heard Q say it the other day, Adam Frazier is the glue guy. He's the guy that goes in that locker room, and when someone's pouting or someone's down and about because they went 0-4 with 3 strikeouts, he goes over and says, "The F are you crying about, dude? Pick your head up. We got to come right back tomorrow and do this all over again." And I can almost guarantee it. I don't know it to the effect, but I bet you when Vinny Pasquantino, the mouthpiece, the other day was like, this is on me. If I don't make that error, we win this game. He even doubled down yesterday, Bob. I was there right in front of me. He said, if I don't make that error on Thursday, or if I don't make that error on Wednesday, we sweep Texas. Yeah. But we can't think about that. We got to move on to Detroit. Still there. One game. And I guarantee you, Adam Frazier's like, dude, nip it in the bud. Get back out there tomorrow and do your thing. 4th straight game with a home run. The straw that stirs the drink. I 100% agree. The fun guy, the jive guy, the now showing power number guy could hit 100 RBI this season, could hit 30 home runs this season, could hit 265 this season. You take that every single effing year from your first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino.
I think if you're looking at it now, though, and you lose Vinny Pasquantino at this point in the season, you are not a playoff team. If you lose Bobby Witt at this point in time, I think Vinny rallies the troops and says, we are a playoff team. Like, that's the kind of dynamic that Vinny Pasquantino brings to this team, and why I call him the heart and soul of this team, because he's going to be like, if you saw the movie Animal House, I don't know if you guys have seen that because it's such an old, you have, I guarantee you. Mac hasn't seen it.
No.
But you had, Blutarski. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No. Wait for the text line. Just wait for the text line. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
And
it ain't over now. Like, that's Vinny Pasquantino. And when you have that type of personality and that type of emotion and that kind of guy that's also producing, man, that carries you in a very, very, very big way, a huge way going forward. To have a guy like that, I think he's the straw that stirs the drink, the heart and soul of the team, and he's the most important person that cannot get injured on this team, because that's where he is. He's very much like Travis Kelce, right? Bobby is your Patrick Mahomes. Vinny is your Travis Kelce. They kind of fill that same role, but man, Vinny is the guy that makes this team work. Vinny is the guy who picks up everybody else. I mean, every home run that he had in this series was at a key moment when they needed to get a run, when they needed that jolt. And Vinny Pasquantino was the guy who delivered that. He's had so many memorable moments this year that have catapulted this team. They're not in this position if they don't have Vinny Pasquantino. He's been a phenomenal player since May 1st for this ball club.
Not only that, but like the moves they've made that didn't move the needle. And again, being excited and hating it are two different things to the text line. I think that when you thought about Yastrzemski, you're like, oh, who is this guy? And then a lot of people were like dumbfounded when they're like, oh, man, he's 32?
I was stunned he was the same age as Salvi.
And what would you think that if maybe he came to Kansas City and he becomes Brent Rooker?
Yeah.
Right? Brent Rooker was 31, and finally the A's were like, come out here. I mean, we'll hold open tryouts, and everybody looks at Kansas City and goes, damn it, they should have kept Brent Rooker. What if that happens to be Yastrzemski? Again, high hopes there. But again, I think that when we watch this team and how they've developed, we all go back, at least you and I do, we go back to what they said in the beginning of spring training. Yeah. We are a playoff team, and we saw in June that may not be the truth. But now we're seeing this team, and asking Bobby yesterday, is this a team that you finally got to see, be that team? Yeah, I think we always had this. We didn't get to the start that we wanted. That goes for everybody. That goes for Bobby. That goes for Vinny. Hell, the only person hitting at the time was Michael Garcia. Mm-hmm. And then Salvador Perez turned around. He started doing that. He started to hit again. All of a sudden, the captain became the captain. All of a sudden, Vinny became Vinny. Bobby is now Bobby. And let not the world see Bobby go full scorched mode and get him to where he was last July right now. Because then if you start getting outside the box and thinking about the pitching staff, where Noah Cameron takes the hill.
I have no concerns with the pitching staff whatsoever.
And then you got this Burger kid that we haven't even talked about.
We haven't even talked about him. Like, we're laying out the rotation for the postseason. That guy's been dynamic.
And we'll see what he does in Detroit tonight. Hey, you're now on a team that's chasing and racing. Go out there and be that dude, because guess what? We're going to have tryouts for a rotation in the playoff. There's 2 spots that are locked up. There's one that's available. Who wants it? And what have I always said? In-house competition seems to always work. These guys know what they're playing for. Go beat Detroit. Don't let the big dogs in the division try to beat you and push you around, because then you're going to get the narrative from the town. They only beat bad teams. They can only play at home. That was a fluke 10
Which
games.
is funny because they couldn't play at home for a while. Remember at the middle part of the season, they weren't winning games at home, and they were winning those games away. Like, oh, they can't play in front of a crowd at Kauffman Stadium, and people were talking about that. So they've changed their whole dynamic right now. Like, this is a fun time. If you're a Royals fan, this is what we've dreamt about for all of those years when this team was losing 90 to 100 ball games, when we were sitting through, the era of, Nafy Perez, and we were sitting watching Mark Quinn and fireworks.
It's actually Neffy.
Yeah, okay. Mark Quinn was getting fireworks. We put off for I'll never forget. Mark Quinn drew a walk, and they launched fireworks into the sky in 2001. And my friend Kim, who was in promotions at the time, marches out there, and she's yelling at the fireworks guy. It was unbelievable. Like, that's where we were. And all of those years, we would sit there and people would say, man, just give us something in August. Just give us something to be rooting for. Get us close. Just give us something fun. And here the Royals are giving us something fun. Of course, that was in a pre-social media era, right? So I sometimes think we as a collective, whatever we are these days, right, world, we tend to focus way too much on what people on social media are saying, and we kind of let that be dictated of the narrative. That's why I don't go on social media much anymore or really pay much attention to what a lot of people have to say, because a lot of it is just negative energy that if I were to tell you 25 years ago that this would be a team that on August 23rd would be 2 games out of a final playoff spot, would you take it? Everybody and their brother would have said yes. And a lot of these people are the same ones that are still complaining right now. Like that's what I don't understand. I don't understand the people who still want to complain about this Royals team, or they haven't done this or they haven't done that. They're 2 games out of an effing playoff spot for an organization that for most years was out of the playoffs by April 15th. And so now they're in it. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Love it up. Stop going to Twitter and complaining about a move that Q made in the 7th inning of a game. Good Lord.
I do love this text to kind of defend your take there from the 816. I remember when I was a kid, and it was about this time of the year, and the Chiefs and the Royals were playing almost at the same time. One time it was if the same situation were available, I don't know which side of the parking lot I would go to. What do you guys think about that? And I think that brings up the point of tonight. Like, all these people that bitch and complain and moan, like, oh, they're not a playoff team yet. Okay, but guess what you're doing?
You're 2 games back, though. You're in the playoffs right now.
You are a competitive, threatening team in baseball, and it's week 3 of the preseason. Week 3. You wouldn't even have the Royals on. 4 years ago, you'd have been effing screaming at the text line saying,
2 years
talk
ago.
Chiefs. And now your team's competitive for a second consecutive year, which is crazy to think in Royals history, because 14, 15, and 16 were fun. This team is showing you that it's going to be 24, 25, 26, 27. Tonight, my dumbass is going to have 2 TVs in my living room, one with Royals on, one with Chiefs on, and it's August 22nd. That doesn't happen a lot in this town.
Yeah,
and you get to do that tonight, and you get to tell yourself, instead of being like, well, these blowhards on the radio think this is a playoff team, because they might damn well be.
But we're in the playoffs right now. This is the playoffs right now, because if you don't win, then you're not in the playoffs. So you are playing playoff games right now. This is what you want. This is what you want your baseball team to be doing. This is fun.
Yeah.
And you got to embrace this, because we haven't seen this. Now, I hope this is the new norm for the Royals, and I think it will be, because I think John is going to make sure that this is the new norm. He's going to allow JJ to go out there and use money to keep this the new norm, where every year we're talking in August about a team that has a great chance at making it into the postseason. And it's exactly what John wanted. The day he let Dayton go, he goes, I'd just like to be a wild card team. We don't have to win the World Series every year. Just get in the playoffs every year, or have a chance to get into the playoffs every year. And they're doing that. Like, if you're a Royals fan and you're not happy about this team, it's hard for me to say that you really, truly are in love with this baseball team, or you truly are a fan. Because if you are a fan of this team, you want this team to win. You're not making excuses for why they went 8-2 on a homestand. You play the teams that are on your schedule. You play the teams that are in front of you. Everybody plays everybody the same amount of time in the same division. So it's not like you're getting easier games or somebody else is getting. You're all playing the same teams.
And by the way, that Texas team that you just took 3 or 4 was the same team you were, and you just eliminated them.
You just eliminated them, right? You eliminated
a
team because you were better than them. Like, this is a great time to be a Royals fan. And so that's why, for me, like, advice to my younger self, as you mentioned at 7:45 an hour ago, what we should be, stay off of social media, because I think social media just has a very warped way of making us think this is what everybody's saying. And I can't imagine everybody is saying, or even anybody is saying, much of some of the stuff that's on social media, and especially these people talking smack to Vinny. Kissed my ass for that one, too, man. Like, that guy's everything you want in an athlete.
I just love that. Kiss my ass. Yes, sir. I just love that he just gives it right back. I don't mind that. I think that's okay. I know some people are different, but that's all right.
No, you give it back. I mean, every man has their breaking point, too. Like,
sure.
You know, what do you want me to do?
Mine's traffic. I will say this. I'll bring this up because yesterday we talked about courses that some colleges teach. There were more given out yesterday from some Texas schools as well, plus SEC schools, more than just Texas schools. We dive through those, and we create a topic out of it. You'll want to stick around. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Well, it is that time to book your reservation at Park and Go. That's right. Book it now at Park and Go because you're going to be traveling and you want to make sure that you have your spot reserved in all covered parking. That's right. Park and Go does just that. I always make my parking reservation when I make my flight reservation. I immediately go to bookparkandgo.com. Actually, I use their app because it is so easy to use. Download their app right now and make that parking reservation as soon as you make that flight reservation. And then make sure you prepay because when you prepay, you're going to save money and get their lowest rate. And then on the day of your flight, you show up for that all covered parking. You scan your reservation. They direct you to that covered spot they have reserved for you. And as soon as you get to that spot, the van will meet you and take you right to the airport terminal. You're there in no time at all. And when you get back, you don't have to worry about the anxiety of whether or not you're going to get to your car. Just grab your bags, walk outside, jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hi, it's Christina with Piropo's Restaurant on the hill at Briarcliff. When you dine at Piropo's, you love the cuisine we mastered from Argentina, like our famous empanadas, crab bisque, peppercorn encrusted filet, and so much more. But we prepare to say wow with our stunning hilltop views overlooking downtown Kansas City. Be playful and enjoy life at Piropo's for dinner. Go to piroposkc.com or call 816-741-3600.
I'm McCall with Lee Summit Subaru, and it's time to make a big deal out of nothing. Announcing Lee Summit Subaru's 0% event. Up to 0% financing on select 2025 Subaru models for 72 months. And we have the largest selection of Subaru certified vehicles in Kansas City, starting as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Fall in love with driving again at Lee Summit Subaru. The Subaru A Lot to Love event.
Based on January 2025 through June 2025 Kansas City inventory listings.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Bob's had the same car, Betty, since high school, and that was a while ago. Bob's dealt with wipers, slow starts, and a few warning lights. And every time, Bob went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped with free services and the right parts to keep Bob and Betty on the road. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
If you've started thinking about what to wear this fall, your timing is perfect because Macy's Fall Preview event has early deals on looks everyone will be wearing. Romantic dresses from BCBG and Avec Les Filles. Western-inspired boots and bags from Steve Madden, all 25% off. Plus, take 15 to 25% off fall beauty from Yves Saint Laurent, Estee Lauder, and Clinique. Don't wait. This fall preview won't be around for long. So come into Macy's today. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Get a bottle of Seafoam motor treatment for just $8.99 and receive 5 times O Rewards points with the purchase at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 71 northbound, briefly sluggish from 75th up to Gregory. You may have to tap the brakes as you cross over into the downtown loop. Kansas side, 35 northbound, trip from Olathe into downtown is 20 minutes. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Final segment, 8 o'clock hour. This show is flying by.
We're just talking about the Orioles. They paid a prospect that, I'd never heard of the guy.
Him.
Some catching prospect in baseball in their organization. They extended him through 2034 for like $70 million or something like that.
He was called up a week ago.
I don't understand that.
Crazy.
I get it. You're trying to save money, but a week and you're signing this guy to a long-term deal. Like what the Royals did with Bobby's the best way to go about doing that, right? No, but see, like you have a year or two under your belt, you know he's going to be good. You reward the player. Roman Anthony already got paid. I guess he's kind of paying off his due at this point in time. Roman Anthony's like, I just don't need a certain amount of money and I'm good for the rest of my life. Like you got to love that if you're a Red Sox owner. But I don't know, man. I'm torn. I get both sides of paying these guys early. But this cat, who I never even heard of until just now, and you said was called up a week ago, just signed like a $70 million extension.
It's crazy.
To which Dusty said, well, I think Rutschman's getting traded.
I got to think Baltimore is going to blow some things up.
Mullins is going to.
They're going to keep Gunner for sure because he's your first overall pick in your franchise. But, I guess Adley Rutschman was a first overall pick as well, right? He went ahead of Bobby Witt Jr. First overall. Bobby goes second overall. Baltimore, major disappointment this year. Manager canned.
They need a guy like Buck Showalter to manage that team.
Well, you got to have a chess mister, and it does. Never mind. They tried that. It didn't work out too well.
Samuel Basallo is the guy's name. 8 years, $67 million.
So the most unique courses offered at every SEC school. As we get back into school, right? We're going through our syllabi here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey. Makes me wonder where these courses were at UCM. Oh, wait, I didn't go to the SEC. Mac, maybe you knew this was a course at Tennessee. So we'll go over real quick. Vanderbilt Country Music is a course you could take.
Great. Nice. They're in Nashville. What better course? That's a great course.
I will say this. If you guys ever get bored and you have 10 days of freedom on your hand, watch Ken Burns' documentary on the evolution of country music.
Oh, okay.
A weird twist on Garth Brooks.
Really?
He ruined country music radio.
Oh, Garth ruined it?
Yep, because all they wanted to hear was Garth Brooks be played.
Because he's good.
So you didn't hear the Sammy Kershaws, the Hal Ketchums, the Alan Jacksons, the Joe Diffie's.
Kind of like what they're doing with Morgan Wallen now.
It's just history repeating itself. The Gamecocks in South Carolina, history of the devil.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a weird one.
Gonna stay away from that
the
class.
devil went down to Georgia. You would have thought they would offer that there.
He was looking for a soul to find. R.I.P. American Gangster is in Oklahoma. Auburn is the introduction to pistol, like the formation.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
I think it's the formation.
Is it really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, American Gangster's sick, too.
Let me tell you something about the pistol formation, Bob. It started off as a silencer, but those are illegal.
Ask him about the pistol formation, and he will tell you about that coach that Andy Reid brought in that was Alex Smith's coach. What was his name?
Yeah, I've heard him. He's given me this speech before.
Oh, you've heard it from Binkley?
I've gotten
it's one of the three he's got.
Yeah, a lot of people think I didn't like the Josh Simmons pick, but I had picked Patrick Mahomes with their first pick, and nobody had that. They had Sean Watson.
What the hell was that guy's name? It wasn't Drew Lock, obviously, but it was something like that.
He'll be a chief in 3 years.
Where they brought that guy in that was a pistol star or something they called him. And
Pete?
No.
Art? At University of Kentucky, they're teaching emergency and disaster communication, humanity, and a zombie apocalypse. You got to be kidding me. How stoned are those students going to class?
It's also Kentucky. I don't know that I want anybody from Kentucky teaching me anything other than bourbon.
Yeah, damn right, Bob.
Yeah, I thought they'd talk about the bourbon trail. Yeah, right?
Love it. Yes.
Talk about the history of Buffalo Trace.
Like you swing and miss Kentucky. You're literally the home of bourbon. How is this not?
Exactly.
That's actually love. Texas A&M, they teach you about Texas barbecue. Mm-hmm. The University of Texas is arguing the end of the world.
Right. We talked about a couple of these yesterday.
Scientists say that it'll end in 250 million years. Arkansas is the history of football.
Which was bizarre for me at Arkansas.
And Jerry Jones comes in and talks about that class.
Yeah.
Georgia is Waffle House geographies.
Good.
Love that.
Like where are the Waffle Houses?
Love that. Started in Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, your final.
How do we decide to put them here?
Oh, that
like,
makes sense.
You know,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
do you choose locations?
Yeah.
Like
and whatnot?
logistics and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also heard
yeah.
maybe it's a myth, maybe it's true. When they build Waffle Houses, they put the keys in the parking lot and then pave over them because their doors are open 24/7.
Oh, that's funny. I like that. That's really actually a
love
cool
that's
thing.
true,
That's awesome.
But I have heard
That's
that
sick.
several times.
That's crazy,
So
man.
the
That's cool.
The last thing they do is they take the keys, throw them in the parking lot, and then pave over them.
They're a great company. They take care of their people, man.
Do they?
They really do.
And then some
yeah.
homeless guy goes out there and breaks the asphalt. It's like, I got the keys now.
And what is it? Good the keys do. The store's always open, buddy.
True.
Exactly.
Go to Maloney's, get a job. He'll help you.
At the University of Missouri, they teach Harry Potter, magic, and religion.
All of that. Wow.
And Dominoso. At University of Tennessee, the application strings.
Appalachian strings, baby.
What is the Appalachian? I don't know.
Application. Good job,
Some like
dyslexia.
banjo stuff. I have no idea.
I didn't know. Did you take that class?
Oh no.
Okay, so it is like redneck music.
Yeah, that's what I'm
they
thinking.
You got a
Or bluegrass.
washboard and a bottle you blow into.
Like Rocky Top, how it starts, like the original. Like I imagine it's that sort of music. Yeah.
We go to Alabama. No surprise here. They teach you drug, booze, and Mexican society. Ouch. LSU, they're teaching vampires in film and TV. Sucky.
Dope.
At Florida, it is common arts, Taylor Swift and arts.
That one doesn't. That's a word salad right there to me. I don't know what that means.
And then at Mississippi State, music of the Beatles.
Yeah, that's a class. Like everybody's got a cool class. So like people in Mississippi sat around and go, "What would be cool?" And somebody go, "I don't know, the Beatles. Cool. Let's have a
Sweet.
class done." Like there was no effort put into that one whatsoever, based on all of these other ones that we've seen.
Do we have anyone who knows the Beatles? Yeah, I listen to them. All right, you're teaching it.
Talk about the White Album.
And then we get to Ole Miss, frauds, myths, and mysteries.
That's right.
Which that's how you can create a topic.
That's exactly
so
right.
So I go to that and I say, who is in Kansas City history a fraud, a myth, and a mystery?
Yeah, I asked you guys for this, and Dusty fired like two of them. I'm like, I got one list of this that I'm going with. So I will go with mine first. And my myth is Juan Gonzalez. That was the ultimate myth. I mean, 13 pieces of Louis Vuitton luggage arrived, and he never did. So Juan Gonzalez will always be the myth. The mystery, or the fraud for me, is Scott Pioli. We were all told he was going to be this great general manager, and he was not. And the mystery is Michael Jordan.
Explain.
Because he could have played baseball?
So for years, I was told by older guys in this business, people who lived in Kansas City, sports people in this town, that had Michael Jordan arrived 2 years earlier in the NBA, we never would have lost the Kansas City Kings. And I don't know if I necessarily believe that.
Because you pay for the attraction?
Because you're paying to go watch Michael Jordan. And they believed had Jordan been in the league and we still had a team, the NBA would have worked in Kansas City. Because it was right on the cusp of when the league was growing and becoming big. And I think the Kings moved like a year or two before Jordan, hit the scene in the NBA. And I've had many people over the years, and again, it's a hypothesis. That's why it's a mystery for me. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've had many people over the years that have been in this town forever and a day say, man, yeah, when the NBA was here, it wasn't big. But man, if it could have lasted a couple more years till Jordan got here, we know it would have been successful in Kansas City. So Michael Jordan is my mystery athlete because of that.
So I did a Chiefs and a Royals one. I know Bob has like a mixture there. Mac, you've got a Chiefs heavy one. My Royals one, my mystery is Mondesi.
That's a great mystery.
Yeah,
that has to be at the top of everybody's list.
100%.
My myth, because of my age, is Bo Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw it. I hear stories.
That's pretty much his career, though.
It was over in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Right? And then my fraud is Frank White.
Oh, that's a good one.
Dude's a fraud.
Yeah.
Stats, if you want to look at him, cool. You had 8 Gold Gloves. You were a World Series champion. And
260 hitter, 213 in the playoffs.
He's a fraud. And now you're about to lose your team and tax dollars for the county that I live in. Thank you, Frank. Can't wait for September 30th. For the Chiefs, my fraud is Orlando Brown. The way that we brought him in, the way we talked about him, then it was just, we're going to trade you to Cincinnati Bengals.
Totally.
You're a fraud. Because, we've already seen it in Cincinnati, he's a fraud. He's not a left tackle. He's
he
not a
didn't
great
get
left
many.
tackle.
When he hit free agency, it's like the Chiefs didn't even consider offering him.
No.
We'll give you 5 cents on the dollar, but we're not making a.
My mystery for a Chief is Dwayne Bowe. We had that big year, and it was like, all right, here we go. And then you get humble real quick, like, contract year. And then we never really saw Dwayne Bowe again. The next thing you know, he was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I loved him, man.
I love Dwayne Bowe. For me, will always be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Just a lovable dope.
And my myth is Rich Gannon.
Okay.
Because everybody's like, oh, Gannon, man, could you imagine? Gannon in his final year in Kansas City, when he replaced a injured Elvis Gerbach, was 5-5. He threw for 2,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's a 500 quarterback. He was mid. Well, they ran the ball back then. Okay. And then he went to Oakland, and in his second year, he won the MVP. Not the very next year.
Right.
It was his second year that he won the MVP. So all these people that hype up the Rich Gannon thing, 5-5, 2,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Well, he did that in 5. He did that in 10 games. Exactly, 10 games. He was a 500 quarterback.
Yeah.
He was Justin Herbert.
But
no, he wasn't.
I think that's where the stats can be a little bit of an outlier, because if you talk to guys on that team, they were rallied behind Rich Gannon. The players wanted him in there. That was a Marty decision. And again, I know I say this a lot, but the more you talk to these guys from those teams, Jesus, Marty stunk. I mean, he really did once we got to the playoffs. It was really, really bad. They lost in the postseason because of their head coach all of those years, and it has nothing to do with anything else other than Marty Schottenheimer.
Mac, you got some frauds, mysteries, and
myths. Yeah, I'll start with fraud. I'll go DeAnthony Thomas, total fraud.
Don't expect that.
Myth, Don Terry Poe, because if you talk to Chiefs fans, he's like Mean Joe Green.
If he doesn't throw the fat pig touchdown,
literally,
yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like super fun. Love that Andy Reid did that. Great creative. But now we talk about him. It's like, dude, he was average at best. It's like whatever. And the mystery, I'm gonna own this take, man. I'm gonna stay pat on this. Is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I will stay true to the fact that I think the coaching staff, 1, used him incorrectly, and 2, like everything that happened with him in his personal life, I think left a lot to be desired on the field. And I think he's maybe a better football player than what we got to see in his time here in Kansas City.
I agree. I'm still a fan of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I kind of follow what he's doing down in New Orleans, and they're talking very highly of him, and I'm excited for him. And I will say this. I've never walked in his shoes. He's never walked in mine. You've never walked in mine. I've never walked in yours, right? That type of thing. I don't know what Clyde Edwards-Helaire is dealing with from a personal side in his everyday life. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine what he wakes up like every single day of his life.
Yeah.
And from that, I have a lot of sympathy.
For sure. Same here.
That is that wrapped up in a myth, fraud, and mystery. Coming up on the other side, we get to our Richard of the Week here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, guys, it's Dusty Likens, and let me tell you about my people at GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with those dealerships, those annoying hassles, all that stuff that the dealership brings, and private sale tire kickers, and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com big cash giveaway. Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Get 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. For more details, go to their website, GiveMeTheVin.com. So again, say goodbye to the dealerships and say goodbye to the private sale tire kickers and go to GiveMeTheVin.com. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
For children who've experienced abuse or neglect, life can be full of uncertainty, but one caring adult stands by their side, offering support, stability, and a voice in court.
In being a CASA, you make a difference, even if it's just one child.
Get involved. You'll never know how you can affect someone's life.
Hundreds of children are waiting for someone like you to speak up for them. Be a CASA. Be the constant in a child's life.
To find a local CASA program in your community, visit kansascasa.org.
Missouri, get ready! DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. Later this football season, you'll be able to bet same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more right here in Missouri. Whether you're backing Kansas City to dominate on Sundays or sweating your basketball picks, DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you want to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when we go live in Missouri, you'll be betting from home with the top-rated sportsbook trusted by millions. Safe, secure, and ready to deliver the action like never before. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965 now to gear up for launch in Missouri. Be the first in line for exclusive promos and can't-miss offers. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
70 westbound on the Missouri side, a little slow as you make your way past Noland over to 40 Highway. 71 northbound sluggish from 75th up towards Gregory. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You can listen to the Royals and Tigers Friday, August 22nd on The Fan, AM 610, with Vern's On Deck show starting at 5. KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
That's right, 9 o'clock on a Friday, if you can believe it. Don't forget, Cody and Gold, live from Circa in Las Vegas. Did they survive yesterday?
I wonder if Ben Maller saw them out there, because he was at Circa as well. They had a lot of people out there. So
Ben Maller's a hard guy to miss. About 6'8",
yeah,
260.
Tall dude.
Just a solid human. Richard of the Week is brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade Vodka, proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, and the best part, 0 bubbles, which what means, Mac?
Zero troubles.
That's right, baby. Mac, you're first on the list of Richard of the Week. Looks like you've got a popular candidate for every week of the NFL offseason.
Exactly. Jerry Jones has been making headlines all offseason. Michael Parson not paying this guy, saying, well, we looked each other in the eye and shook hands 3 years ago. I thought we had it done.
3 years ago, Jera.
Yeah, he's just a complete nincompoop. I bought the Cowboys in 1918 by just the look of the eye. Yeah. Well, things have changed, Jerry. And this is him on Fox News yesterday talking about Micah Parsons.
How close are you to getting a deal with him?
Mike is a great player, not a good player,
Michael,
but a great player. He knows more than anyone that it's a team thing. And so I know everybody's tired of hearing this, but you've got to put this puzzle together so that you can have some other people out there playing with Michael. That's the art of the deal, and that's why we're trying to get done. And we're trying to make this thing work. But we have all the appreciation in the world for what he can mean to the years ahead. We're proud to have him.
You don't even know his name.
No, you keep calling him Michael. You don't have all the appreciation in the world
He's doing
for
that
him.
on purpose.
Yeah, of
course.
And that's because, look, I've been there. I've done that stuff, right?
Norman Lear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Norman Lear, right? Yeah. Phyllis Rivers, over the years. We've done all this stuff, right?
But we don't run a team.
You wouldn't do that to, like, me or Dusty.
Yeah, you wouldn't call him Max Maury.
No. I'm not
Justin Likens.
I'm not. I'm not doing that to people that I trust and want in my circle and need and all this kind of stuff, right? He's trolling somebody that, quite honestly, you need Micah Parsons right now more than he needs the Dallas Cowboys.
Exactly.
I hate to be that guy, Jared.
Look in the mirror.
But
Please go to Philly.
I would think after this offseason, this is finally the offseason where people come to my side and realize this guy is a fraud. Jerry Jones is nothing more than a marketing fraud. He's a great marketer. Like if you're Pepsi or AT&T or Coca-Cola, McDonald's, any big company, you should hire him as your CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, because that's about what he's good for.
Exactly right.
He's great at that. He sucks at being an executive of an NFL franchise. But damn, he's a great marketer. He's an unbelievable marketer. But now you're calling him Michael again? Yeah. That's a troll job.
Yeah, you're being an ass on purpose.
Yeah, you really
Stop.
are, yeah.
People say our chicken nuggets are a bunch of blended meat, but I've seen smiles on people's faces when they dip it in sweet and sour sauce.
Did he weigh in on the Cracker Barrel rebrand, too? I
think he was the guy they removed.
Yes, exactly. He was the cracker.
Yeah. Jared's no longer on the barrel because once we get Micah back, or Michael, I don't even know his real name. God, what a douche.
I know, man. Come on, man.
When will it end? He can't keep getting away with this.
But people continue to allow, this is where we, as the media, are to blame on stuff like this. When people are out there making spectacles of themselves for the umpteenth time and you're just rolling your eyes at it, stop covering it. Walk away from it. And people say, but this is what people click on. Yeah, because this is what we're presenting to people, right? Jerry Jones right now, from a football standpoint, nothing he says is meaningful, nothing he says is knowledgeable, and nothing he says is right.
Damn it, it's our fault.
But yet, anytime he speaks,
shoot, my bad.
Look, Netflix is doing a damn documentary about it.
I know.
Fox News is putting the guy on. He's everywhere.
If I could send a message to my younger self, it would say, don't talk about Jerry Jones or Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Bob?
Mine is this guy in Connecticut. This is unbelievable. An identified 40-year-old man got himself stuck inside a tube slide at an elementary school playground. Just after 4:30, the town of Vernon Fire Department, EMS, and police department responded and were dispatched to the Northeast Elementary School, according to a Facebook post posted by the fire department. The first units arrived, found the man wedged headfirst into the middle portion of the slide. Additional help was requested, including a fire truck, rescue, and a tower truck to go in there. The man was then provided ventilation and oxygen via EMS because he was reportedly in extreme discomfort in the hot summer temperatures.
He's rocked up. He's thick.
Yeah, no doubt.
Within 30 minutes, the man was freed. So you wasted a half hour of the fire department, the police department, the EMS, other police departments, other fire departments, because as a 40-year-old man, you thought it'd be good to go down a slide that's built for children and get stuck.
I just think he's like that piece of strawberry that you get in that Sonic slushy.
Can't get it through the
straw.
straw.
Get it through the straw.
Yes.
You got to Hawk 2 on that guy. Spit on that slide, get him to lube through. You got clogged in the passing. Man, you got to think the circumference of that slide and of your gut that it just ain't happening, right? Like you look at that, and you're like, this probably ain't going to end well, but let's try it.
I mean, could you imagine getting stuck in the slide?
No. I already have claustrophobia. I can't be in an elevator with more than 3 people.
Yeah, dude, you can't be on a children's slide like that.
Is the sound effect that got you?
Yes.
Ladies can be Richards of the week too, guys.
Ooh, okay.
So this goes to a Kentucky lady. You don't have to go through all this trouble. Just tell your boyfriend that you don't like him, that you're mad at him. Now, I don't know the backstory of this, but police in Kentucky say that Stephanie Carlquist, she looks like she'd have a fun time. A little bit of crazy, though. Looks like she got a little bit of crazy. Stephanie Carlquist poured salt into the engine of her ex-boyfriend's car.
Yeah.
She put glitter in his AC vent and slashed a tire, cracked the windshield, and cracked the rearview mirror, and shattered the car's radio screen. She apologized and told him she was just stressed out. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage.
I thought when we would put Limburger cheese in people's car, that was a D move. Glitter,
Richard. Yeah, in your air.
Oh,
dude.
Oh, glitter.
So my Richard
I'd sell the car.
My Richard S. Of the week goes to Stephanie Carlquist, again, who poured salt into the engine of her ex-boyfriend's car, glitter in the AC vent, slashed a tire, cracked a windshield, cracked the rearview mirror, and shattered the car's radio screen. When asked why she did it, she said, "I'm so sorry. I was just, quote, stressed out."
Didn't the gal who sings the Sunday Night Football song, Carrie Underwood, sing a song basically about this called "Before He Cheats"?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
She took a Louisville
slugger to both headlights,
and
right?
Then, and then Jesus took the wheel and said, "It's okay, Carrie."
Yeah, be
Banger.
good. Yeah, but she took a Louisville slugger to both headlights. So this girl just actually acted out that song.
Did that exactly.
Man,
nice.
You imagine turning your car on.
I like her mugshot too. Oh, the glitter would.
Never gonna get away with this. We're at a strip club. No, you'll never believe this. My ex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Go
sure.
check out the car.
Yeah, I may have just left the car on the side of the road if it was like that.
Yeah, she's smiling from ear to ear in the mugshot.
So happy.
So happy about it. She doesn't seem stressed.
No. Well, she got it all out.
You're right. It's all good now.
Yeah, she's not stressed anymore.
She's a very beautiful woman. She just likes glitter and sugar in the engine, and I haven't had a hard dinger since I won the Super Bowl.
30 years. They're the longest drought in the NFC of being to the NFC Championship game, and yet we continue to act like they're a relevant sports franchise.
Who's
They're
having sex with Jerry Jones?
They're a great marketing organization. They are not a football team.
913, you are wrong. It is not the Dixie Chicks who put the Louisville slugger to both headlights. It was definitely Carrie Underwood.
That's right. It was Carrie Underwood.
She isn't a Richard. She's a Regina. Regina of the week. Very well done.
Oh, I love it. Sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Just because we're on it, Jerry Jones spoke on contract negotiations with Micah Parsons this morning on Get Up.
No good.
Quote, frankly, it wouldn't have made any difference what the negotiation was. Guess who has to be comfortable for this to work? There's not a room for a third. This will be a good one.
I don't understand that quote.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to the whole quote. I'll have to pull it all out. Yeah. Play it on the other side.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Guess who has to be comfortable for this to work? Both of you?
The last time we won a Super Bowl, I could still get hard without taking a pill. Nowadays, my dinger just looks like a wet biscuit.
You are a wet biscuit. That was Richard of the Week. Jerry Jones, a guy from Connecticut, and Regina of the Week, brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka, proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles. Coming up, there was some running back talk that circled around the Kansas City Chiefs. We dive into that, plus we get back into another word here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Heartland Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
New Harley-Davidson starting at $99 a month at Rawhide Harley. Over 600 Harleys in stock. Only $99 a month for a brand new Harley-Davidson at Rawhide Harley. Visit rawhideharley.com.
Payments based on Nightster models and base color with 30% down, 84-month term, 6.99% APR with approved credit. Doesn't include freight, setup, tax, title, and license fees. See dealer for details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic, semaglutide injection 0.5 milligrams.
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Football is back, Labor Day is around the corner, and Hy-Vee is ready for fall. Stock up on all your fall favorites during the gigantic 3-day sale this Friday through Sunday. Invite your friends and fire up the grill with Bar S Franks just 98 cents a pack. Doritos chips just $2.99, Pepsi 24-pack cans for $10.99, and Brew Pub Pizza just $4.99 each. Let's go, you fans of fall. Rush to the gigantic 3-day sale this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
I love saving money, and Hy-Vee is always finding new ways to save me some dough, like the new lower prices in every department, and one of my favorite things, the fuel savers. Just the other day, we saved $1.10 per gallon on gas with the fuel savers at Hy-Vee. I love going up and down the aisles and seeing those fuel savers, getting those products, and saving that money. Don't miss the special fuel saver deal on Monday, August 25th. Stock up your cart and earn stackable fuel savings on every dollar you spend. The more you spend, the more you'll save, only at Hy-Vee.
Today, expect patchy fog in the morning, followed by sunny skies with a high of 85.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Fescoe and Dusty, 96.5 The Fan on a Friday. Super excited. I don't know why. This is just being 38. Dudes, I'm not going to lie to you. Pretty jacked up about what I'm doing after the show.
What is that?
Let me guess. Hang on. 38.
38 jacked up.
You're going to the grocery store.
Is he going to grocery shopping? That was my first thing.
Going to Costco.
Yeah, that's
fair.
Grocery
I'm
store.
excited, baby.
Costco's awesome, dude.
I got to get in preseason form. So last night the weather's been beautiful. Grilled out. Sent you guys pictures. Tonight, wings and smoked brisket queso.
Hell yeah,
oh,
dude.
Wow.
Ooh, wow, that sounds good.
Smash. Yeah, I can't wait. Got to get into mid-season form. So you start off little, go home, digress, get ready. About 5 o'clock, start prepping, get it all together. By 6 o'clock, Royal start, smash some wings, dip some queso, halftime of the Chiefs game, leave the garage, come back out, eat a little bit more queso, go to bed, wake up tomorrow. Got a big game at 11 o'clock, K-State, Iowa State, in Dublin.
Will you watch the game long enough to not know who these people are? Like where you go, who the hell is this guy?
How many people are going to watch and be like, where's Sky Moore?
Well, that is true. Yeah, I mean, it's true. So people will be wondering where he is. You know how it is with fans. They'll turn the game on and sit down for the first time, and maybe they don't consume sports radio or read it, but they like to watch the game. They go, oh yeah, what happened to Sky Moore? Yeah.
No, I was talking to a guy yesterday that one of Hannah's classmates' spouses, but he was one of those fans. He listens sometimes, but he was one of those fans like, okay, so what's for the season? What's the roster look like? Yeah, a lot of fans are like that, where they're just kind of just now, like you said, getting into form. They're just now, okay, I'm going to turn the game on. Okay, who's on the roster? Oh, this guy's up. Oh, still got Kareem Hunt? Cool, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's also the same guy who's pissed that Patrick Mahomes only played one series. I don't understand it. We're not playing to win. Chad, hate to break it to you. It's a preseason game. Calm down. But there are some people that take this stuff seriously, like the people that are already in line for tailgating. Now, see, I would be in line for tailgating. I'd tailgate, and then when they start to send you in, then I'd leave.
See ya. Go watch it at home.
Yeah, go watch the game at home.
100%.
But I don't want to miss the tailgate, right? I'll tailgate all day.
Yeah.
Game time. See you later. I'll be on the
See ya.
couch. For this thing? Yeah. Somebody just said to me, you going to the preseason game tonight? No!
No intentions of going to that.
No.
We did get some information that there are already people out there in line ready to get into the stadium.
Love it.
What time do they open the gates?
Well, the 4 hours before the game, usually.
So
but now,
3.
So it is also Friday night. It is also rush hour. Again, what a disaster that is on a Friday night game or a Thursday night game. They should just open the gates now and let people in, just to decimate all that traffic. You know, it's got to, it is a mess. I know they won't, and there's security reasons, and there are people policing the lots, and I can only imagine what half this crew would look like if we let people in the lot 16 hours before a game, right? I have seen people passed out on cars out there and on the ground and all that kind of stuff. And making whoopee on a car. That was still one of the unbelievable, but whatever.
I just want to win, Jen.
I mean, on the hood of the car, I did at a preseason game watch a guy knock himself out walking straight into a tree because he was so drunk. It was awesome.
Jeez.
I mean,
here's your sign.
Boom, right into this. So that's preseason. So people do get after it for the preseason games. But I mean,
I'll get after it at home.
Well, yes,
it's
but
Friday.
but in the line now, man, that's a diehard, man.
It is very blessed to.
It's also good weather, though.
As I say, that's what I'm saying, man. Like yesterday's game, they always had the windows open in the press box, but I looked at Vern, I was like, dude, you couldn't have gotten a better game today for weather. It was perfect. I mean, at one point it was like 79 and sunny and breezy. It was and then you throw football in it on a Friday night with the liquid courage pouring. Come on now. So news yesterday around the Chiefs and around running backs in the NFL kind of hit like wildfire on the social media platforms because there was a report from Diana Rossini that teams have been calling on Brian Robinson Jr. Those teams were the Dolphins, the Browns, and the Chiefs. A very strange array of teams calling about a running back. Now, Devon Achane has been hurt. The Browns and Judkins, I don't know what that's going to end up being. I think he's probably going to end up being the running back of the season. I think he's going to be okay, right?
It seems like that's going to work out. Yeah.
Right.
I want no part of that either. So.
And then did you see his first lines of the press conference? It said, bro, looks like he rehearsed this 50 times in the mirror. But no, it's
he should have.
Yeah, for sure. And then there were the Chiefs, and Brian Robinson was the first name. Brian Robinson Jr., I should say, the Washington Commanders running back. If you remember him, he's the guy that was shot, came back in the same year, came out to the song of Millie. And
Bald.
Or Miniman. It was a song
Miniman
by 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And came out and had pretty solid years for 2 in Washington. And the Chiefs sit in their running back game, not the strongest running back field in the NFL. Let's call it what it is. It's not one of the strongest. But again, you have Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, tons of weapons on the outside. The Chiefs have never ran the ball. But the names that started to come out of the woodwork were Brian Robinson Jr., Algier from Atlanta, Rashard White out of Tampa, which there's home ties, so there's always going to be that. Center High School, local kid, bring him here. They got Bucky Irving. They've got another kid they could put in there as well. They're probably not going to give him a contract, whatever, and so be it. And then another name was the one that really got Mac's needle moving upward towards midnight was Breece Hall.
It's a nice name. And would I love to have him on the team? You bet. I've been a Breece Hall fan for the last couple of years. I'm not giving cost of acquisitions, though, for Breece Hall. And what I mean by that is draft picks to acquire him and then investing in him. Mm-hmm. I'm not interested in either of those. Now, if he's cut by the Jets, which he won't be, but if he were cut by the Jets and he's available for free, absolutely. I'm not interested in paying acquisition costs on top of then extending a contract for a running back. And again, this organization has never proven that they're going to do something like that.
Where are you at, Mac, with running back addition to this team?
Yeah, dude, I just think you look at the waiver wire. That's where I would be for running backs right now.
The free agents, what you're saying?
The guys that get cut, at the end of the when's cut down next week, right?
Next week.
Because the big question we got was, well, then why didn't they draft one in the earlier rounds?
Yep.
Yeah, right. Exactly, because Andy Reid just makes it work with running backs. Could you make it work better? Sure. Obviously, everything can be better no matter who you are, right? But I just think, like, Brett Veach is just so good at drafting. I just would not suggest to him trading draft picks for a running back and then paying that running back. This team has proven, unless you're like one of the core guys on this team, your Joneses, your Boltons, your what soon be Trent McDuffie's, your Karlaftis, you're not going to pay these guys. You're just not. There are a lot of people on these rosters. I hate to use the term like a recycled part, but that's how good organizations operate. They have their cores, and then everybody else is an ancillary piece that fits in and fills the holes. Some of those ancillary pieces are better than others, but you've got a really good group right now. I wouldn't do anything that you normally don't do, and that's pay a running back, an acquisition cost for somebody like that. That's just not something I think the Chiefs should do at this point in time.
I mean, I usually agree with you. Don't do things that they haven't done in the past, but the past 2 years, this offense has been middling. I don't know what word you'd like to use. Not up to par. Not
Offensive
up to
lineman
standard.
challenged is how I would describe this offense.
Wide receiver challenge, running back challenge, straight like just roster
But
wise.
all injuries though.
Mainly,
I mean, and,
mainly.
and I know everybody thinks, oh, you should have a number one running back as your backup running back.
No,
right?
no,
But
no.
it doesn't work that way. And so look, I mean, the injuries are not an excuse, but the injuries are real. And the fact that they still went 15-2 with all of these supposed problems on offense last year tells you how good that core really is, right? And you just get everybody healthy, and I think you're going to be just fine from an offensive standpoint. I think you're fine from a defensive standpoint.
But you can be honest and say they won 15 games and 6 of them were by the skin of their teeth.
Absolutely.
And
But
if we
again,
play that
that's the
season
NFL.
again, it's not that way.
Well, you don't know. Right. You're absolutely right about it. You don't know if they win all those games, right? You just don't. But that's the NFL. Again, the average margin of victory was 3.53 points we talked about earlier in the week.
And
that's by the skin of your teeth in every game.
And not taking a shot at Kareem Hunt, but they were so down bad at running back, they had to get a guy off the street.
Yeah.
That had a local tie. That they luckily he was still in shape.
What was that, week 2? Right? When he went down Pacheco week 2 against the
week 2,
Bengals,
I
right?
believe.
Yeah. So
you're talking about not spending draft capital. You're going to do that next year, Bob. There's not a running back on this team next year, unless you love Brashard Smith. But that's one guy. Kareem Hunt,
And I don't
gone.
know
Isaiah
anything
Pacheco.
about him yet.
Exactly. We
It's-
don't know
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
He's fun to talk about.
Right.
He seems fast or whatever.
Yeah.
He's an idea, right?
And,
He's just
and
an
that's
idea.
a really good point by you to talk about next year and all of these guys
'Cause that's what
falling
Veach
off the
does,
roster.
right?
Yeah, no, that's a good approach. That's an approach I didn't think of. And when you put it like that, but again,
That's coming from a Roseman guy.
They haven't. Yeah, I know, right?
The
enemy guy, right? Like,
no, he's somewhere else.
but they haven't. Where is he?
I don't
now?
know. I'm sorry to just get you off the rails.
No,
but I
but
don't know.
he's not still at UCLA, right?
Squirrel.
Honestly, because I remember everybody said, "Oh, we can't win without Eric Bieniemy." Super Bowl.
I think he's on an NFL team right now. He's a running game coach for the Bears, I believe.
Oh, I think you're right about that. I
believe
think I
he's
remember
an
when that
American
happened.
coach. He is an NFL running back coach and current running backs coach for the Chicago Bears.
So he's in town.
He is in town.
Sleeping with Bieniemy.
But anyways, yeah, next year they don't have a running back.
Right. Yeah. So maybe from that standpoint,
If you're gonna spend that
if you're
capital-
going to spend that capital, then Brees Hall's the guy that people will look at Brees again. Stop looking at stats, but that's what people immediately do. They'll look at Brees Hall's stats and go, he hasn't been good the last couple of years. Nobody with the Jets has been good the last couple of years.
Exactly, man.
But before Rodgers came in there and effed that whole situation up, Brees Hall is a really good running back.
Great running back. Yes, and great in the terrific in the
How's
pass game.
26?
He's 26 years, just turned 26 years old. Hasn't been used as much as other number one running backs could.
I like your point for the future.
For the
You know,
future?
I was thinking
Okay.
about this year. I wasn't necessarily thinking about maybe they make this move. It's the future move and a present day move. Like sometimes you see teams make all the time. Like we said, if we traded Lugo, it wasn't waving of the white flag. It was a move to help you move forward and get
100%.
better now. Yeah, I can see that for the future. Yeah.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah. I'm okay with Brees Hall. I would love to have Brees Hall. I would love to have Algier. I would love to have Brian Robinson Jr.
You're in on this.
Yes, because I don't think we have a true RB1.
I agree.
I think we have a split backfield of RB2s. I think those
agree.
guys would complement whatever you bring in.
100%.
Kind of the same way that you see how they're running in the NFL with Gibbs and Montgomery, with Robinson and Algier. Like that's what they do. That's a role that they're in. And I think those guys, if they split that time with Isaiah Pacheco and you have a revamped offensive line, then you start to get a sprinkle effect of what we saw with Mahomes when he's got a running back that he knows, not necessarily a check down, but that they can sprinkle in there as well. I've said that way too many times with this offense because we saw what Andy Reid did when he had the availability of Jamal Charles. We saw what Andy Reid did when he had the availability of Kareem Hunt. Damian Williams for for crap's sake, was a guy that could do that as well.
Yeah.
They have not had that.
But
since
what if it's the offensive line, and all of a sudden now fixing the offensive line turns all those RB2s into guys that can be RB1s?
My argument to that is that the guys that you currently have do not do what those other guys do at that level of a skill set. Like
Catching
Kareem
passes,
Hunt
John
and
Mount,
Isaiah
yeah.
Pacheco are great up the middle. And with a good offensive line, yes, they could average 4 yards a game. But what they cannot do that these other guys can do is be effective in a passing game, which, again, we've talked about the domino effect of this team, which then makes out for what Rashee Rice can do over the middle, what Xavier Worthy can do over the top, what Travis Kelce can do as a steamy veteran over the middle as well. If you're putting your focus on that running back because you don't know if Mahomes is going to target that guy, that gives you a half second, and a half second to Xavier Worthy is 5 yards.
Or maybe they have the running backs that Andy truly wants on that team, right? Maybe that's the style of running back that he wants. We know we've got enough wide receivers, tight ends to make all these plays in the passing game. I need you guys to just put your head down and give me 4 yards every single time. Maybe those are the running backs that he wants on this team. I don't know. I don't know what the case is, but it's an interesting conversation. It's something to kind of consider.
Yeah.
And if the running back position takes a step back this year in the NFL, then we're kind of back to where we started from. And then we're not wasting any draft.
Yeah, never mind. Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
6.5 hours until gates open at 2:30.
huh?
That's when you go to the dentist.
Yep. It's Dennis' favorite time, but at least they're doing it at like before rush hour. But it's still going to be a mess. People are going to be heading
It's
out
Friday.
there.
Rush hour is
I know.
irrelevant. Rush hour starts at 1. We see more traffic on the way home today at 10.
What do you think the triangle's going to actually, what do you think it's going to be like from 69 to the stadium on 435 at about 5 o'clock tonight?
Wet.
Smash.
Stephen A. Smith had Jerry Jones on yesterday and was played on Get Up. I got to play this audio, dude. I really do. It's just too good.
Come on, dude.
One word on this audio, but there's going to be multiple words on this.
In the spirit of not doing the old mother-dad deal.
What?
How many times have you seen the little rascal so clever go in there and mama told him, you're not going to get it. And goes in to daddy who only sees him after 5 in the afternoon, wants to love him.
What is going on?
And says, you can have it, son. You can have that before dinner.
What?
And he goes back in and
Talking about
says,
sex?
Mama, Daddy said I could have it. That's the old mom, dad. Been around since the beginning of time.
Okay.
I'm not going to go for that here. That's what's happening.
You're not going for it?
I'm not going for it. No. But we've had a very, very strong negotiation. Now, by the way, frankly, it wouldn't have made any difference what the negotiation was. Guess who has to be comfortable for this to work?
Micah.
And who else?
You.
Hello. There's not room for a third. There's not room for a third. This will be a good one.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Delusional is my one word.
I'm going to use the word clueless for myself because I don't know what any of and I could just picture Stephen A. Smith sitting there going, like really into what everything that Jerry Jones is saying, but in his mind he's going, I have no idea what this guy is saying,
Yes.
but the camera's on, so I got to act like I know what this guy's talking about. Like that's talking to your senile grandpa at John Knox Village. That's like my lunch with Jerry and Selmo most days. What the hell was that?
What?
The Godfather?
Hello, America.
Yes.
Let's
go.
We need more Anselmo drops.
It's like that one time when Alfalfa was trying to get Darla. I feel like he didn't have a chance, and I feel like I don't have a chance with Micah Parsons because in the Little Rascals, his little hair stood up.
Who even knows what the Little Rascals is anymore?
Dude, it's crazy that he's
And first off, he called the kid, it's
Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Movie reference 101 guy over here.
You are?
That guy sucks.
He's
Jerry
terrible.
Jones is a boob. I mean, that guy just needs to just go away.
Man, there's not room for a third.
There's wheel? There's always room for a third wheel.
What's he talking about?
Nobody knows.
Dude, it's
It's like in the Little Rascals when he went to Daddy and said, can I have a little snack before dinner? And Mama said, well, Daddy said no. And I said yes. And then he said alfalfa and and
I think it's interesting that the NFL has not said, we can't hear from you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's time for, like, Goodell to fly down there.
My one word is dementia.
Close the door and
I
say,
mean, dude,
enough.
I don't know if he's here.
Senile.
He probably thinks he shoots he's like a 6 handicap. See, the problem with golf and football is that in golf you can actually have a caddy, and in football, Micah needs to figure out daddy because he likes the Little Rascals and he likes all these characters and Spot the dog. God, Jerry Jones.
I mean, is he going to talk about I Love Lucy next week?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a really good show I used to watch called All in the Family. Stephen A., you know who's not all in the family? Micah. Exactly. It takes 2, not 3.
Yeah, you do I Love Lucy, too. I used to love Lucy. You know who I don't love now? Micah.
See, the problem is Lucy was with Ricky Ricardo, who we don't really know if he had United States citizenship, and that's a topic, Stephen, I could do on another show.
Oh, man. It's so good. I love it. I also love Jameis Winston. This was him after the preseason game with the other 2 backups, Tommy DeVito and Jackson Dart. Man, the Giants, the G-men, they're having some fun.
Hey, I'm just saying, they call us the Three Amigos, but somebody had the hat trick today. We turning up, and we got the Young Bucks, and we eat W's with the Young Bucks. You know what time it is. Go Big Blue. We turning up. We setting this thing out. Where he at? They running away. The Three Amigos, the 3 tutties.
I mean,
Love
he
it.
just has fun, man.
He's fun. Like, I want him here next year as the backup. Whatever you have to do, Brett, to go get that guy to be here, to be the backup cornerback. He brings life. He brings fun. He's that type of guy, you know, when you're having a down day and you see him, he's going to make you feel good. And after the game, it was him, chicken cutlets, and Jackson Dart, all through touchdown passes. So they were all eating W's.
I mean,
the eating of the W thing is so stupid, but he's embraced it to a new level. It's great.
How do you work that to try to lessen turnover?
The biggest thing is just the decision making. Like, what is the decision? I'm not a outcome based quarterback. It's like, what is the decision? If I threw an interception, was the decision right? Right? If I threw an incompletion, was the decision right? And don't worry about the outcome. Sometimes the outcomes can overweigh a lot of the stuff, and people can have it. But what is my decision? If my decision is good, we can learn from that and we can grow from that.
He threw an interception last night, too, right to this
First
dude.
off, the best thing Jameis Winston did last night, did you see the video that went viral? It said what you do in your house when there's a fly, because he had the towel. He was just
yeah.
Love it.
He took Dak's hip movements to a whole nother level.
Oh, it's great. He's just an entertainer. There's no other way to describe Jameis Winston other than a great entertainer. And I need to see him play more. I love that attitude for a quarterback. Like, if I was supposed to throw it there, that's the right decision. Not my problem it got picked off. But you want a quarterback that's willing to take chances. But you also want one a little bit less. Like, he's at 100. Give me a guy at about a 90.
Yeah.
Man, it's a white boy from Detroit that I really admire named Eminem. He said, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity lasts once in a lifetime. And I know I got a quote, Eminem, he from Detroit, he right up the road. But, man, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that the Lord provided me with this opportunity. I'm grateful for my teammates, my coaches, and these amazing fans.
Praise be to Jameis.
American treasure.
He should hold a post-game press conference every game.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
don't care that you didn't play.
No, that guy should retire today, and they should kick Brady out of the booth and put him in.
Put him in.
I mean,
100%.
I pay a guy $300 million to do that.
100%. He's absolutely worth more than Tom Brady is on television.
Is he good in the pregame or is he good in the booth?
I don't care.
I don't care.
You just want him on your TV.
No, I think he'd be good in the booth, man. He'd be entertaining. Like, too many
people would hate him.
I know, but those are the dorks, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's too much dorkiness on these broadcasts for these games.
If him and Marshawn Lynch did a podcast, I'd listen every day.
It'd be outstanding. It'd be fun. Now, I don't think the NFLs are as dorky as a lot of these baseball broadcasts are. Like, they are dork city. Like, Jameis Winston would be phenomenal on these broadcasts for the NFL. He'd be so... I mean, we're rolling out like Solomon Wilcots, for God's sakes.
Never heard of him.
And we got one more here. Johnny Manziel.
Your boy.
My guy, man. My guy. He's
Johnny Angel.
He said something that I always knew was true, and he talked about this on a podcast the other day. Here he is.
I thought I was going to sign in Kansas City the same year that Mahomes got drafted. So I think if they wouldn't have taken a quarterback, which thank God they did, I mean, I think I could have ended up there. Andy Reid has a really, really good, long history of being able to help people. And like, he saw something in me as well. So I took a couple like meetings there and flew up to Kansas City and, kicked the tires on it, and then it ended up not working out. But like, I think I had 2 really good opportunities and situations, and, it just wasn't meant to be. Like, it took me a while. Like, I really thought I was going to get back.
I'm sad. I'm going to be honest, and I'm sad because that sounds like a guy who wanted Andy Reid to help him get back on the right track in life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agreed.
sad is the word that I use because that's a cry for help right there. I didn't necessarily want to go to the Chiefs to play football. He literally said Andy Reid has helped a lot of guys get their lives back.
Yeah, man, it sucks.
Maybe Johnny Manziel is a different person today if he ends up here in
100%.
Kansas City.
I believe so.
I do too. So sad.
Yes.
I'm sad for him,
Me
man. I
too.
feel bad for that guy. Now, your life is what you make it,
100%.
and all of the decisions are his. But when you hear somebody with a cry for help like that, it makes you go, damn, I wish he would have signed here just for the personal side.
100%.
Because he clearly wanted a mentor. He wanted somebody to lead him the right way. And he thought he was going to get that here, and he didn't. And, well, here we sit.
See, I loved Johnny Manziel, but he liked nose nachos a little bit more than my son, Johnson Jones. I don't even know if that's his real name.
Yeah, that would have been a different story for sure. But, I mean, you can't live in the world of shoulda, coulda, woulda, right?
Nope.
I mean,
Right.
got to deal. I mean, Baker went to the Browns.
Yep.
Baker was a partier. I mean, right? Ran into a guardrail on a highway from the cops. Had a little bit of trouble in college. Was a hothead. Went to Cleveland. Sucked that he was in that situation. He didn't suck, but he just got out of there. Went to Carolina. Went to the Rams. Kind of got a little bit of peek from Sean McVay. Like, hey, you're a believer. I believe in you.
How could you not be a drunk if you're playing for the Browns?
Or the Cowboys.
And if you watch that Manziel documentary, it's clear he needed someone young in his younger life to say, hey, man, let's go. Step up.
That's
Kevin Sumlin didn't do it.
that's-
What's his name? Offensive coordinator, starts with a K, didn't do it.
I mean, some of the stories that I've heard
Kingsbury.
about Johnny Manziel and what they did to make sure that he was able to play, like
they enabled him.
There's a great story that I want to tell, and I don't know if I can about Johnny Manziel. I can tell you off the air.
Okay, yeah.
But on the air, like, I don't know that I have the ability to tell that. So I'd rather bring somebody else on to tell that story. But the story that I heard from a very reliable source about Johnny Manziel the night before the Alabama game, which is when he went crazy, right?
That was his Heisman game. We wrap this show up on the other side and get you set up for the weekend and what comes next week. Plus, Cody and Gold live in Vegas from the Circa here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Hey, it's Gold. I wanted to once again tell you about the 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat I've been driving thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. It made the drive up to training camp so easy. Not only is it fully loaded, ventilated seats after a hot show up at camp. Trust me, the cooled seats are amazing. But also Blue Cruise, where it's hands-free driving on the highway. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford and test drive a vehicle and take advantage of the Labor Day sales event. 0% for 48 months, no payments for 90 days with approved credit on most new Ford vehicles. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. See dealer website for details.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Presenting Again Fling's love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
On Tuesday, August 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for every single football fan. It's 24 hours of deals, and you know I love a deal, on all your football season predictions. So take a flyer on who you think is going to win MVP. Take a flyer on who you think is going to win the championship this year, and you can parlay your division dark horse candidates. Mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, your odds. You guys always tell me what you think. This time, put your money where your mouth is. All you need to do is visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now. So if you like Patrick Mahomes to win MVP, this is the time to take him. Or if you think the Chiefs are heading back to the big game, August 28th is a day for you. Because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and present in Kansas. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas. Under agreement, Kansas Casino, LLC. Gambling problem. Get up with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. It's KansasGamblingHelp.com.
Best part of the week is the final segment on a Friday show here on 96.5 The Fan. I know that I'm hard.
You better believe it, man. I got some shorts on today. Men's wieners. I got to go to Costco and be careful. I got to figure out when that sweet time is. I know at Target at 2 o'clock.
9 a.m. on a Saturday.
That's when the hotties are there?
Oh, I think you meant the time to get in and get out.
No, I'm talking about when I can go, sightseeing.
Which Costco are you going to?
Independence.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I'd probably say no.
Soon there'll be one in Lee Summit.
I hear that. Yeah.
Somebody tried to tell you guys that a couple months ago.
Get one going to Lee Summit. That's good.
It. Then we're in heaven. But yeah, so in case you guys are wondering, because we've given you all day today about our loaded sports weekend here on The Fan that we call 96.5 The Fan. Tonight, Royals are on to be 6:10 a.m. starting at 5 o'clock with Vern's On Deck show. The Chiefs will start on 96.5 The Fan at 6. K-State tomorrow. Pregame starts at 9 a.m. And then the Royals follow that at 4 p.m. with Vern's On Deck show starting on Saturday.
There's a lot of sports ball games going on right here on 96.5 The Fan. You don't need to go anywhere else.
Catch up or fall behind, man. That's the way it goes. Because we are here. I mean, we are literally here. I'll read it again for you a little bit slower. Friday, tonight, 5 o'clock on 6:10 a.m., Vern's On Deck show starts. At 6 o'clock here on 96.5 The Fan, Chiefs Radio Network starts their pregame show. That game kicks off at 7:20. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., K-State pregame coverage starts here before their game at 11 o'clock against Iowa State in Dublin. And then Saturday night at 4 o'clock, Vern's On Deck show starts here. And please do not forget, because you say you're closer to the NFL season, you're closer to your fantasy drafts. Sunday at 9 a.m., you have Mac Morey giving you some fantasy advice. And there is a special tease because Field Yates will be joining your show. We heard a little bit of that about Xavier Worthy, but he will give you more stuff to look forward to in this fantasy world of 2025. That is at 9 o'clock on Sunday with Mac Morey.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it was a great conversation.
Better believe it.
Yes.
So, fellas, we're at that point in the day where we get to discuss what we're going to do this weekend. Bob, I'm sure you've got a busy weekend because you're going to, go to Branson, and you're going to see Corey Lewis.
No, Cody Johnson.
Cody Johnson.
Yeah, we got
Randy's son.
Yeah, right, exactly. We've got Fall Showcase tomorrow at Olathe East, so all the sports teams will be going and doing their thing and watching them. Yeah, it's always fun to see that. And then we'll leave from there. We'll head on down to the concert, see the concert, sleep, wake up about 6 a.m., drive back for a noon soccer game.
Wake up at 6, you're sleeping in.
Yeah, exactly. My wife's like,
I'm ready to drive. You guys ready? They're all like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I have to leave at 6 a.m. That's fine. We should be leaving at 4 a.m. But no, so busy weekend. But I wouldn't trade it at all because
showcases are so fun, though. Man. You're going to have so much fun tonight.
It's great.
You can hang out with all the retired frat dads out there.
Yeah,
keep running into all the
yeah. No, it'll be fun to see, what they're going to do from tennis and, all the other sports that go. It's just it's a fun little deal that they put on for the kids. And so very busy Saturday into kind of Sunday. For us, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm looking forward to Cody Johnson. I like a couple of his songs, and a friend of mine is his band manager and whatnot. So it's going to be a lot of fun to be at the concert. But I'm more looking forward to the ride down, just the four of us in the car. I was talking to somebody yesterday about vacations and whatnot, and spending money and how expensive it is. And somebody had told me a couple weeks ago, you're not spending money, you're buying that time with your kids. And I'm like, that's a great way to look at it. When you look at it that way, you kind of look the other way and you spend a few extra bucks to do what you have to do. But I'm looking forward to the four of us being together because we really don't get much of that time.
I heard a wise man say last week, a trip is with your kids, a vacation is with your wife. Is that true?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I would think so. Yeah, it depends though. Like, I'm not a vacationer per se, where I just can sit for a week. Like, that's never been my thing. I always want to see something and do something and experience something. So, a vacation for me is a lot different than it is for my kids because we're up at 6 a.m. I'm gonna go hike that hill.
How underrated is the staycation?
Very.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think the staycation. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're on a vacation for a week. Where are you going?" Nowhere. Yeah. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Nothing. Yeah.
Like, sweet.
Yeah.
Nowhere, nothing, all at once.
I think it's very underrated. That's why I like a 3 or a 4 day weekend too, and not go anywhere. Yeah, we got Labor Day next week. It's gonna be nice.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
What do you think he's got going on this weekend?
Football.
Yeah.
Royals. Football.
Yeah.
Final Sunday of football preseason.
Right.
A lot of beer.
A lot of Oktoberfests.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Quesadillas. Pizza. And
Hey, baby, how you doing?
You think he's still?
They announced Josh Simmons, offensive tackle from Ohio State.
I hate this pick, actually. Don't like it. Don't like it.
Vern told me yesterday it's his favorite audio in the history of 96.5. Short history.
But so it's not his favorite audio of 610.
No, because that's no longer.
Okay, so that's not his favorite big line then of all time.
Yeah.
I think you played my new favorite Binkley line yesterday.
Boobs are great.
That one?
That one's great too. Damn it, what was it, man? You played it yesterday.
What was Vern's favorite line?
Am I a loser? Yeah, maybe.
I hate the pick.
They announced Josh Simmons, offensive tackle from Ohio State.
I hate this pick, actually. Don't like it. Don't like it.
It never gets old.
No, of course not. Because, you could do that or you could have the...
You're all right.
Doing just fine, my friend.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
Yeah.
It's the countdown. That's the one that was.
Oh.
That you played yesterday. When he got mad
when he got mad at the caller.
He got mad at the caller.
Oh, yeah. Give me a pick. 10, 9, 8. You're a loser.
Sorry. Didn't mean that. Sorry. Didn't mean that. You're not a loser. I really like you. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was great. I don't know if it's in my file or yours.
My God.
He's
just money.
Give me the list of quarterbacks that had better start their season than Mahomes. Again, 10, 9, 8, 7. Go. You're an idiot. Sorry, Steve. You're just always negative. You always are.
Sorry, man. Didn't mean it. Sorry. It's okay.
Go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. 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 He's doing like the Blink-182 song.
Give me the list of quarterbacks that had better start their season than Mahomes.
Better start their season.
10, 9, 8, 7. Go. 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 You're an idiot. Sorry, Steve. You're just always negative. You always are.
This is very negative. This says Bink Red Reaction Tees.
With Nick Price and Dusty Likens. You got something to say? Well, you say it! Dusty's right here, and Nick, to take your calls. 913-576-7610 next.
You can just hear the pot going up to get him out. Next.
What game was that from?
I don't know, but it was a Red Reaction tease that I'll never get over.
Wow.
Matt, quickly, what are you doing this weekend?
K-State game and birthday.
You going to
Olympics.
Ireland? Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah, your birthday's coming up next week.
Yeah, birthday on Monday. So me and Hannah are doing a little joint with some friends, joint birthday party with some friends.
Nice.
Beer Olympics. Yeah.
A couple inches does make a difference.
That's right, baby.
What about you, Dusty?
Whole lot of nothing. Gonna have 2 TVs tonight. Watch these Royals try to take on those Detroit Tigers. Saturday, gonna watch those K-State Wildcats try to take on those, Iowa State Cyclones. Me or Binkley?
It's just, I can't stop.
And my pickup line this weekend will just be,
A couple inches does make a difference.
what else makes a difference is doing something nice for somebody. Go out there and do something nice for somebody. You never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. It is simply cool to care. Kansas City, have fun this weekend. Stay safe, stay kind, stay groovy. It's Cody Golden Drew live from Vegas. Coming up next on 96.5 Fan. Have a good weekend.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Whoever that bozo was doing the